Switched.
Yay! Welcome, travelers.
Wait, slow down one second. I'm just now clicking the start record button. Okay, now
Gosh,
it's actually recording.
Dang it.
All right, go ahead.
Really? You know, that's fine. It's fine. Welcome, travelers. If you're new here, my name is Brenna. I am your everything, including the kitchen sink DM, and welcome to Tales from the Catacombs. This is our tabletop RPG adventure that we are thrilled to share with you. This game uses the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition system and rules, and the setting is a homebrew based on the rock album Razia's Shadow by Forgive Durden. We have a brief introduction to the setting that you can read at your leisure, and I hope you will, so you can be as immersed in the world as our players are. Before we get too lost in our adventure, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a little comment below answering the following question. How do you combat your fears? Think on it. Leave us a comment. And without further ado, please enjoy this session of Razia's Shadow, a 1,000-year interlude. Let's recap. In silence, because I didn't turn my music on, silly me. It's okay, you're not in silence. It's just me. Whoops. Session 31. Wow, good for us. Towering Heights. Instead of participating in the opening night revelries, the novices decided to rest in order to attempt the first main event of the Harvest Lamps Festival that began at dawn. In the city, Viola remembered that the arm wrestling contestant she beat earlier, Zader, owed her 30 silver worth of a prize. When she sought him out, he had spent all the day's festival money on strong drink. He promised to find her in the morning with the promised money and buy her what she asked for. That night, Ste'yn had a dream that may not have left her exhausted, but certainly left her wondering. The novices rose before dawn and arrived at the first big event, the Tower of Power. It was a test of endurance, and soon they would learn some clever maneuvering. Viola chose to sit out when she was told she had to sign her real name on the magical entry page. Beau wouldn't be deterred and made quick use of his magical prowess to get in among the participants. With a great gong sounding, the event began. The participants kept their hands on the metal pole and endured various uncomfortable sensations and quickly began to drop out. Meanwhile, Viola took on the task from Beau to get back the paper with his name scribbled on it in Infernal. Beau was among the first eliminated, but he used his magic to take more participants with him by putting them to sleep. Snow also helped with his bardic charm even after he was eventually, slowly but surely. Oh, I can see where it paused. I wonder if it'll catch itself back up.
Yeah, every time I refresh it just keeps playing the same little chunk and then going back to the reloading screen.
Oh. Did it... I don't have it. Hold on. I can unmute it.
There it goes.
Oh, no, it's back. Okay.
Okay, yeah. I can see it is now
Sweet.
going.
We're good.
Cool. Like I should have used that time to quickly find my proper notes. Oh no, I just closed my notes. Why did I do that? It's okay. I got him back. It's right here.
All right, I'm gonna hit stop recording just in case that ruined that, and then I'm gonna resume.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
All right,
Everything
We're
is
doing
awesome.
great.
it should be going
We're-
again,
Oh, we're back?
I believe.
Cool. Hi, everybody. We're back. Sorry about that. Technology. We don't have any artificers in the group. We're just winging it. 100%. I don't know how much that cut off. I don't know when you or what you were able to hear.
Beau just put people asleep, I believe, was the last thing.
Uh-oh. We might have to redo the recap.
Could always edit it in afterwards.
Good. It was still recording. That's true.
Well,
Probably
nothing
still-
was getting caught because nothing was
Oh.
connected.
Yeah, if
Because
you
he
didn't
wasn't
hear it.
connected.
So
then
I
it-
would just resume from Beau putting people to sleep because that's a lot easier than re-recording it.
That was pretty far up.
That was like 10 minutes ago.
That could have been 10 minutes ago. Wasn't it a 10-minute
5 minutes
disconnect?
ago.
Not a whole 10.
No, we're just being
Um,
dramatic like we usually are.
It's so true. Y'all are little drama queens and we love you for it. Let's see.
That's why we have crowns.
Well, you would have a crown if you didn't destroy it. The things, I try to do nice things for you guys. No appreciation. Okay. So, finding where I was. So Beau was among the first eliminated, but he used his magic to take more participants with him by putting them to sleep. Snow also helped with his bardic charm even after he was eventually eliminated. After 9 hours of enduring and a few tricks up other contestants' sleeves, Ste'yn came out victorious and made a great show of her win that awed everyone who witnessed her and her wings. The fanfare was too much for Beau, who felt his Damphir hunger raging, and he made a quick escape. On their way out, Ste'yn, Snow, and Viola noticed some festival goers falling faint in a way that reminded them a lot of when Captain Nora had fallen ill. They encouraged them to visit Saker's Keep if they felt worse. Viola, uninterested in spending another night in the graveyard, returned to the novice hut, but she paused in the Wild Pike when she noticed the evening's performer, wearing a notable metal necklace charm, falling faint as well. So, Viola, back at the Wild Pike, you see the performer having finished her set in her beautiful festival attire, her lovely dress, gown, you might say, around this group she was speaking to, suddenly dropping, two people beside her, taking her by the elbow, helping to steady her. What would you like to do?
Viola's gonna run over and ask if she's okay.
Okay. And you're able to maneuver your way easily. A crowd is just starting to form around them, just concerned fans. As you get closer, you can already see she's getting back onto her feet. She's laughing a little bit and kind of brushing off the two people who were at her elbows. She kind of just fans her face a bit, and you hear her saying, and then you approach and ask if she's all right. You among many. She just says, "No, I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you. So sorry about that. I must not have had enough to drink between my sets, or maybe I had too much of the good drink." And there's a little laughter among the group.
Are you sure you're okay? I've seen quite a few people fainting today, and more often than not, they've been getting rushed to Saker's Keep. So it probably wouldn't be a terrible idea to go visit Saker's Keep.
As you offer that, you see she kind of looks surprised by the offer. And she just says, "With all of the merriment going around, I'm sure people have just also forgotten to have enough to drink." And she's just fanning herself as she says that and giving the same kind of reassurances to the others.
Okay. Well, do you have someone accompanying you in case you do need help getting some help later?
"Oh, yes, of course." And she motions towards everyone who's standing around her, who are all still leaning very close as if watching her, but kind of keeping it jovial.
Are they friends or fans? Because fans have oftentimes can have different interests at heart.
She just kind of laughs it off. Doesn't seem to be taking it as seriously as you are. "I'll be fine." And people are already offering her water. They're offering her their plates of food, and she just kind of laughs, and the crowd slowly moves towards the one of the bar areas as she starts chit-chatting with some of them.
Okay, well, if you say so, like I'm totally gonna honor what you believe about yourself. Like you know yourself better than anybody else, but I'll be around if you need some help getting to Saker's Keep. I have some friends up there and we could get you fixed up if you do need it.
You
I
find
also
yourself
love your necklace,
talking.
by the way.
You find yourself half talking to her back as they are starting to move away from you, kind of mid-sentence.
Viola would like to see if she can find Rosita, because I think that's who was selling the jewelry earlier.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Oh, that is a... It's a 13, so...
18.
18, yeah.
You know her sheet better than she does.
I know her perception is a 5.
Sorry, I realize I also
We
forgot
just
to
do a
grab my
few
dice.
perception checks.
I couldn't
That's
tell
Well,
if it
her
was a
passive
19
is
or
a
13
15,
at
so
first.
her modifier has to be a 5 in this
Mhm.
situation.
That was incredibly logical. Thank you for that.
Uh-huh.
My
Yep.
brain doesn't work that fast. I'm
She
on
has
summer
a
vacation.
14
That's
or 15
fair.
wisdom, because she has a 2 modifier on wisdom.
Just grabbing my dice. So what was it, a total 18?
Yes.
Cool. As the performer and her group of fans are heading towards one of the bar areas and you're kind of scouting around, you do spot moving along with next to one of the barmaids, you do see Rosita. Her hair is pulled into these two rich blue pigtails. Somehow still like perfectly, not a hair out of place, even though her apron has a couple of spots on it, but she still looks very put together. And those two are chatting as she then, is turning to one patron or another. She's behind the bar.
Viola will walk up to the bar by where she is. If she has to wait behind people for a spot to open up right there, she will.
Okay. It's a bit crowded. It's, the festival's going on. The Wild Pike is very crowded as it's been all day. If you're just waiting, I don't know if I should wait.
No, you're fine.
Okay, just making sure. If you're just waiting and not kind of encouraging people to move, you find yourself sitting a while until you kind of force yourself to make a bit of room, and it's still a tight squeeze in there. Are you still wearing your golden armor?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're definitely getting a couple of people who are there give you a couple of looks before going back to their drinks or their conversation. But you can kind of just squeeze and wedge yourself towards the tabletop.
Viola will get Rosita's attention and say that she would like a drink, whatever Rosita recommends.
She spots you, seeming like finally, and comes on over, smiles. Well, of course. So what do I recommend? Probably, let's see, how about a happy harvest?
Sounds wonderful. Sure.
Pretty strong. She scoots away for a moment. When she comes back, she's holding just a nice little stein. It's filled with like a kind of wispy looking, it's clear with kind of wisps of yellow in it, kind of swirling on its own. She puts it down in front of you. It smells like lemony, but also like cinnamony, kind of. And she says, this one, it's very strong. Be mindful. But this will be 10 silver.
Okay. Viola will hand over 10 silver.
It's 1 gold.
It's
She happily
okay if
accepts
it's
it.
strong because I'm only having the one, so that's just fine.
A lot wiser than some of the other people in our establishment tonight.
Yeah, I saw that singer just went down. Was she drinking a lot tonight?
Rosita looks towards where the crowd is around her still. She kind of shrugs a little. I don't think any more than usual. Some people can't hold their drink. What can I say? I only
That's
provide.
true. I'm probably one of those people sometimes. I don't drink very often. Oh, I meant to ask you your jewelry earlier. You said that you sell it sometimes.
I don't sell it so much. I do have a bit of a hobby in making some things, but selling, I don't know. I think I make plenty here at the Pike. I don't need the extra. It's just for fun.
Well, can I look? I don't know if you can tell, but I definitely like to glam myself up, and I would love to add some of your jewelry to what I've got going on here.
Some of my jewelry to your attire?
Of course. We love all of y'all here at the Pike.
It's pretty simple, and she holds her hands up where some of the rings, they do have, around the band is a little more intricate. It's not just a straight band. On some of them, they're like a woven kind of pattern, but on some of them, you do see the actual pendant or the actual charm on it is a fairly simple looking disc of metal with some little bit of pizzazz to it, and she kind of shows off some of her rings, but they're all what you notice. Actually, give me an investigation check.
$13.
Okay. What stands out to you, and probably what she was referring to, is just that all of them look kind of like plain, they're just iron, whereas you are decked out in gold. So all
Do
those
they
ones
look like the medallions that we've been seeing?
I would say, yeah, they look pretty similar in a way.
Well, Viola's gonna be persistent and just say, I'd love to show off some of your bling.
She kind of considers a moment, tapping her chin. Well, we were only doing it as a first night special. We were letting people have, with just a kind donation, but you also already paid for one of our most expensive drinks. So I don't see why not. Do you have a preference?
I mean, whatever you think would suit me the best.
And she looks over you. I think a necklace might get lost in your armor. Obviously, nothing on the hair. You already have this beautiful crown going on. Does Viola wear gloves?
No, her
Normally?
hands are
Okay.
out, and she would see that she already has one ring on her left pinky.
Okay. And Rosita will say, what if we balanced out your beautiful hands? I'll see if I have a ring left over.
Wonderful.
Okay. And she scoots to the back. It takes a few minutes and she returns. She has more drinks in her hand. She kind of stops at a couple other patrons at the bar and then makes her way back over to you. And she hands you a little pouch.
Viola will take the pouch and open it and look inside.
Yeah. You open it and there is a small ring, probably big enough for your pinky. The pendant on it, it's just a circular pendant, or I don't know exactly what you'd call that. The what do you call that? The actual thing
stone?
that's
Or the base sometimes.
yeah. It's the actual setting, I get. No, like the setting is just a circular iron piece, a little thicker than probably is needed for something like that. And it's got a bit of a swirly design on it.
Beautiful. I love it. And I can't wait to put it on. And Viola will take it out and pop it on her right pinky.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to go find a spot to enjoy the rest of my drink. It was lovely chatting with you. And I will see you soon. And Viola's going to go find a spot somewhere in the room where she can keep an eye on that singer. And then as soon as she thinks no one's looking, she's going to hold the ring up to her ear and shake it and just see if she can hear anything sloshing around in it.
It sounds like the ocean. Sure. Give me another investigation check.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah, you shake it around and you hear nothing. But as you're doing that, some people kind of look in your direction and
Can
give
she
you a
do
little
like a
look.
sleight of hand or stealth or something? Because she would be trying to hide it. She doesn't want to look like a weirdo.
I'd say you don't need to. They look in your direction, and you think that they might have spotted you like looking weird, shaking this ring next to your head, but it turns out really they're just interested in buying you any additional drinks or food that evening.
Viola would turn him down for drinks, but she would take some supper.
And they will buy you a meal, whatever you'd like.
Wonderful.
Just seems so charming. All right. For the others, I think Ste'yn and Snow, you guys were making your way back to the graveyard, is that correct?
I think we already all met
Yep.
up. Basically, we met
You
up
all met
and then
there.
Viola left eventually.
Okay.
Yeah, the three of us are already in the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Was there anything else you guys wanted to do this evening?
Ste'yn would ask for the chest of money back from Snow that she had given to him to put in the bag of holding. And then when she gets it back, she will ask Beau to take better care of it because he seems to care the most about money out of the whole group.
Fair.
All right. So wait, how much was that?
300 gold.
300.
Okay, let me add chest of 300 gold. Because I don't want to add the gold amount, so I'm going to do that.
Yeah. I don't care much for coin. I think Snow's of the same mind, so you're probably the best one to hold on to it.
have added that.
Excellent. Anything else?
Don't think
Cool.
so.
Then I think Snow is setting up another fantastic tiny hut, and Beau is up in a tree.
Yep.
And you guys
Doing
head to
another
sleep.
of his circle thing. Alarm. That's what it's called.
Ah, there you go. It's around the base of the tree.
It's around him. So I guess you could say around the.
Trying to
It
think, 'cause
says
it's
a
like it's
20-foot
circle
cube.
Cube,
Yeah.
which would be up and down.
Yeah. And-
Okay. I was just curious if he's actually, like, if there's actually the potential to be interrupted by this alarm in your sleep because somebody was just going through tending a garden. Like 20 feet.
I mean, maybe, but he would want to wake up if somebody was near him anyway.
No, yeah, I'm just curious if that's something. Yeah, I felt like rolling a die. Hey, Beau, high or low?
Low.
Cool. Yeah. There's a point in the night that you hear this violent ringing in your head that you're accustomed to, and you wake up and you are ready to go, and you just note there's someone trailing by, little watering can, just tending, doesn't even notice you in the tree. But you have to wake up. Very jarring, very frustrating. But you can get back to sleep.
Okay.
Morning comes. The sun wakes you. Surprisingly resting pretty nicely. I guess maybe not surprisingly. What's there to be upset about? Ste'yn just had the best day of her life so far.
Yes, definitely.
I don't feel
Hope not.
I don't even feel like that's necessarily an exaggeration with D&D characters. Like, I don't even think that's necessarily.
Hey, getting to stand and have nothing really happen for like 9 hours, and then you get money at the end of it.
Just got a bunch of fans.
I know. It's like, they adore me. I'm great. There you go. Hair flip. The
We
morning
get our
comes.
long rest though.
You get your long rest.
Thank you.
There are more festivities afoot. There's also, this one wasn't started. The next main event was not starting at dawn like the last one was, you know. But it is an event that is actually taking place. You kind of have a slot you'd sign up for if it is one you want to participate in. The second day's event is the Purger Fear Gambit. So you would go earlier than later. Make sure you signed up for a time slot. And then you'd be expected to arrive within an hour of your time slot, just to be certain you're not going to miss it. If you were to miss your time slot because of the popularity of these events and because there's money on the line, they would just remove you and you would not be able to sign back up. So I imagine you guys want to make sure. But you'd have time to get yourself some breakfast if you'd like. Viola. First, Snow, can you please roll a d4 for me?
3.
Can you subtract that, please?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Viola, can you make me a charisma saving throw?
Oh no, I don't want to.
But I want you to.
It's no bueno.
Finally, somebody else has to make these.
Hey, that's not a bad roll. That's a 16
Hey.
out of 18.
Cool. So what would you guys like to do today?
Viola's gonna see if Zader's in the pike this morning.
Oh no.
Sure.
I'm guessing we would head towards the pike from the graveyard to meet up with her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys make your way back through the pike. Ste'yn, you just kind of have a steady kind of beat on the, the pulse of the pike, and it's it's little flurries of activity here and there. Still busier with acolytes than you've seen it, but it starts to make sense, it being festival season. Back at the pike, if you wish to assist her in looking for Zader, anyone looking, you can give me a perception check.
Sure.
That's a
That's a 7.
14.
17.
23.
Ooh.
Got Eagle Eyes Ste'yn over here.
He sees everything.
Yeah, Viola, you're kind of just lost in the crowd. There's, even at the start of the day, there are so many people at the pike. You're at least able to walk in the door, but there's so many people. It is full. The others, you guys look around. You almost don't see this guy at first. Until you see a little group come kind of semi-stumbling in, looking a little worse for wear. One of whom you recognize as the big tough guy from the day before, Zader, coming in. He looks tired. Ste'yn, you know it immediately, for sure. He looks tired, bags under his eyes, kind of a little bit of like crust on the side of his lip. It's not a pretty look in the morning.
I have a mirror in his room.
You're not even sure he stayed the night in his room. To be perfectly fair. But he and if you pointed out to Viola, she would recognize them from the night before as well. Some of his buddies. And they kind of plop into a seat along the benches, the risers along the side. And immediately one of the barmaids is in their direction, sweet talking and taking their morning orders. It's actually that lovely looking half elf, Iltana, is there that morning, taking their orders.
Ste'yn will point him out to Viola.
Thank you, Ste'yn. It's good to have you around because I don't always notice everything that you do. I'm going to
I've
go over and
noticed.
see if he's got what he owes me. Viola will start to make her way over to Zader.
Beau will go with her.
Following.
Okay. You make your way over, and
When she gets there, she'll give him a very cheery, "Good morning, Zader. I know I was supposed to meet you here yesterday. Unfortunately, I did not stay the night in my room that night. These guys convinced me to have a little slumber party somewhere else, but I'm here this morning, so."
And he's kind of wincing at the sound of your very cheery voice. He looks up at you. Morning. Whew. Good festival so far. You enjoying it?
I'd
Scratching
be
his head.
enjoying it more if you would keep the bets that you're making and losing.
Right. I need to give you some money. And he starts slapping at his pockets again. He's looking around. You will not believe this.
I'm sure I won't.
So, look, we did a fair bit of gambling. And, look, I owe you something. And if we meet at the time you said you were going to meet, I can get that thing you wanted to get. Oh, Archer, puppy.
Archer is very protective of what Viola wants.
Archer's
Archer's like,
also
no,
upset.
don't do it. Don't
He's
do
like,
it.
He's lying.
Animal
Okay.
instincts?
Can Beau do an insight check on what he's saying?
Yes. Yes, he
While
can.
that's happening, Viola wants to look him over to see if he's got anything on him that would be worth some amount of money, even if it's not all the way to 30 silver.
Beau's insight check was a 9.
Well, while you're at it, you want to roll, or I shouldn't. I have to stop saying do you want to. Will you please roll a Constitution saving throw as well?
All right, well, that one's worse. That's a 5.
Okay, I'll get to you in a moment. Viola, can you please give me an investigation check?
That's a nat 20.
Cool.
What you got, Zader?
He's half pleading with you and half kind of hopeful you'll just let this drop and let him sit and have his breakfast. He does have he has a belt loop that his is mostly covered by like a very festive jacket type of thing, but as he moves about trying to talk to you, you see there's a couple of there's some pouches that are on there among what he was slapping around his waist. You don't know what's in it, but whatever it is, it's not empty.
Viola will point at them, even if she has to like lift up his vest and point at them and say, "What's in those?"
Getting a bit handsy.
I'm sitting here like, where is she pointing? Viola.
This is a clean game.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now we didn't say it's
Well,
child
pointing is a
friendly,
free
but
is a free action.
pointing is a free action.
It's a free action.
He as you like kind of have to grab hold of him to make him like stop, you know, moving about, or to stop you from stopping him, and he looks down and he says, it's just a family heirloom things. It's look, I promised you 30 silver, and you'll get that, okay? Just if you meet where we're supposed to
meet. A little bit
meet.
of conversation right now to keep you to your word, because this is the third time now that you've told me you would do something that you have yet to do.
To be fair, you weren't where you said you were supposed to be.
To be fair, the first time I asked you, when you should have had it the first time, you didn't have it. So
At the end of a festival day, lady, come on.
don't make bets you can't keep.
Beau, while this is going back and forth and getting rather irritating, you also can kind of feel your heart starting to race as more people are starting to flood into the pike. Is like that, it's reaching like peak breakfast hour, and a lot of people are starting to arrive. And you need to, you're hungry.
Okay. Beau's gonna pull out his dagger and just like raise it towards the guy. Listen, just give her what she wants. Then we can all go.
Give me an intimidation check with advantage. Can I have the others please give me a perception check?
Oh my gosh. I rolled a
6.
9 and a 7.
Archer, quit hitting things with your head.
So his
25.
intimidation
Plus.
his intimidation is a 12.
13.
13. 6, you said, Snow?
Mhm.
Ste'yn.
25.
Cool. Give me half a second. There you are. Boop. Beau, at the threat of your dagger at him, at his throat, basically, you just watch him, like, put his hands up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look, you want to start a fight in a place like this? Look, fine, just... And he reaches into his belt and takes one of the pouches and half throws it in Viola's direction.
Viola will grab it and just say, I will meet you here again tonight, and if you have the 30 silver, you'll get it back. But we need to get going. And
Yes,
Viola's going to start ushering everybody towards the door. And as they're moving, she's going to like get close to Beau and kind of whisper in her, Beau, there's something weird going on with your eyeballs.
It's an elf thing. Don't worry about it.
I've never seen an elf do that before.
It's fine. He's a special kind of elf.
After she says that, Beau's going to use prestidigitation to add a tint to his glasses.
Does he have
You have sunglasses now,
Yep.
or are they like rose glasses? Or
the ones that are like
Rose-colored glasses.
inside to outside? So like when you go back inside, they'll clear again? Oh my goodness. Okay, cool. You're now wearing some sick shades.
Usher the group outside,
Okay.
away from people if possible.
That will be very difficult. Already the
To
streets
a
are...
less crowded space.
Sure.
No?
Sure. It's just going to take you further from your destination, which is definitely not a less crowded space.
I'll just go towards the destination, but Ste'yn's keeping a very close eye on Beau.
Sounds good. So, you know that this event is also taking place in the Inquirer's Ward. It is actually in Kepner's command. So as you guys
Perfect.
return... Yeah!
Viola wanted to go there today anyways.
Oh, sweet. I love when things work out so nicely. So you make your way back south. Did you say something, Snow? Oh, sorry. I thought I saw you mouthing. And I was afraid you were muted.
Nope.
Okay. So you guys make your way back south towards the Inquirer's Ward. It is definitely getting more crowded. You can see as you enter the ward, the streets, people are excitedly babbling. Some people, you overhear some conversation of them already having signed up for the next event. Some people are talking about the other events that are taking place. You reach Kepner's command, and there's a lot of people loitering outside, kind of half blocking the doors, but you're able to make your way up and through the massive bodies, even in that kind of getting towards mid-morning hours. It's getting warmer as it is late summer. But you make your way inside. You see there's signage that's leading in a direction that is familiar to you, Viola, heading in and downwards towards those training rooms. So you have some familiarity with that area. And as you're approaching the stairs, you can see there's definitely a line of people, and there are a couple more like little tables set up where people are signing in, and it appears to be where the sign up is.
Can someone else go first and let me know if I have to put my actual name down or not?
I will.
On the upside, you already know what your fear is. Writing your name.
Okay, mister.
I mean, he's not wrong.
It takes a few minutes of waiting. By a few, I mean you're probably hanging out for about 10 minutes of just kind of lines meandering, some discussion up front. You do see your good friend, Beau, Inger Locke, at one of the tables, signing people up. As you approach, there's his table to sign up. There is a festively dressed Aarakocra, his table where people are signing up, and taking certain time slots. One is for late morning, early afternoon. One is for kind of later afternoon, evening slots. But there's like general rules that are kind of listed, including just, it's a type of time trial. It's another kind of endurance. Like if the person who after the trials are completed, or the trial is completed, everyone's had a chance who signed up. If you lasted longest, then you win. You also see that people are signing up individually. You also see people signing up in groups. And you do see, if you see people signing, you don't see people necessarily faking their names. Although you do see some people who seem to put like
Nicknames?
Yeah, something like a nickname down.
Like
You
Sam
see a
instead of
couple of those.
Samantha or something like that.
Or like Jay instead of James or whatever. But there's like at least initials or something like that.
When you say we see people signing up in groups, do you mean people are signing up as a group, as like to do the trial together, or as in there are
Correct.
multiple groups going up to individually sign up first?
There's people who are signing up that all their names are on a line, like they're entering together.
Do we want to do that?
Yeah,
Tina?
I'm down to do it as a group if we want to do it as a group.
Ste'yn's looking right at Beau.
Sure.
Don't seem very convinced.
If we have to face our fears, we might as well face them together.
Snow.
I already signed up. If you wanna just put your names down instead of talking about it. And if you look, you see that he didn't actually put his name. He instead drew a snowflake. That's him.
And it's noted.
Ste'yn will follow suit and put a skull next to his snowflake.
So macabre.
Viola will draw a little sword with a crown around it, like she'll try to imitate her crown.
I was just putting his name. He has a feeling drawing a picture.
Oh, you're so boring.
Now, don't be boring, Beau. Whose table did you go up to?
Whichever one was for the
Whatever was
soonest time
closest.
slots, I think. Like,
That-
not waiting till late in the day, but going for whichever table is doing earlier signups.
I'm guessing Inger, considering you mentioned his name.
Why not? They're marked in like 20-minute intervals. And the earliest you guys can probably get would be, I'd say probably about an hour from now anyway, so you have to stick around, as it were. But you're able to sign up. You get a small sneer from Inger Locke. He doesn't say anything to you as you sign up and shoos you on your way until you're called. He actually hands you small, it looks like a little wooden badge, almost like a wooden shield, just brooch sized. Hands it. He's like, if you enter as a group, you split prize as a group.
I thought
Not
it was
that you're
going.
gonna win, but
I thought it was gonna passes papers that we have to sign saying that if we die, we can't. They're not legally responsible.
Oh,
We
thank you for
can't sue the
reminding me.
guardianship.
Yes, there's also a waiver you have to sign. That's actually real. I wrote that in my notes.
Oh, really?
There's a waiver. Yes. In fact, I have it in
How
my
long
notes.
are the
waiver.
terms and conditions?
You
It
drop the
mentions
scroll, it just goes and goes and goes.
just keeps going. There's some blood spots on it. It mentions that there is no physical harm that will befall anyone due to any of the actions by the event coordinators. However, mental response can appear to be physical response, and they are not responsible for blah 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 damages and etc. to property and self, and all that good stuff. You can't sue them; they're not responsible once you enter that room.
Oh, you can always sue. It's a matter if it goes through or not.
It won't.
That's what they always
Sign
say.
without reading it.
Ste'yn suddenly wants to reinvent highlighters again.
But then she remembers she's not supposed to be focusing on the rules as much.
Listen, if you forget that, it's okay. This is a new experience for you, Ste'yn.
She gets like halfway through reading it and then it's like, oh wait, and then just jumps to the end and puts her name.
Wait, this isn't what they call fun. All right. You are also allowed to bring in to the room anything that you would like to bring in. You can bring in your weapons, you can bring in your items, potions, blah, 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 whatever it is. You are reminded that it is a challenge. It is a fear challenge. It is a mental fortitude. How well can you withstand whatever it is? But that's all that the kind of volunteers mentioned to you. But you're welcome to bring in what you'd like. So, if there's anything you guys would like to prepare before you are called to head downstairs.
Beau, can
Now
you
would be
do
your
one
turn.
of those links between us?
Yeah, I'm probably going before it starts.
Good.
Does Viola see Gary anywhere?
Give me a perception check.
Is it a 13?
It is raining
Okay.
very heavy over here.
Is it?
Yes.
We got the rain earlier today. As I was leaving with my manager to like run to the office depot is when the clouds rolled in. And like the moment we stepped out of the car, it just...
It's
Really?
downright storming out here.
We were supposed to get this weather like 2 days ago. Anyway. Viola, as you guys are kind of meandering and waiting your turn, yes, Gary is there. He appears to be assisting as well, or at least talking to some of the people who appear to be assisting. Just looks kind of happy-go-lucky as ever in his own
Viola's
like
gonna-
attire.
Viola's gonna walk over to him and say hello.
Oh, hey! Lady in gold. Vision in gold. That's the one I said, right? Something like
Yes.
that. What's up?
Not a whole lot. I did want to tell you that we visited your father's store, the Ike A. I can't remember if we left a
long
review or
ago?
not, but I know it was my intention to leave a
You did.
review. But if you're not too busy, I checked back in the Mithril armor and the goggles of night that I had checked out. And I was just wondering if I would be able to check out the Mithril armor again.
I don't know. I think that's oh, maybe
You're the one
if
who
it's
got it
there.
for me last time.
I can see if it's there. I don't know if it's there. Other people might have had the same idea.
Well, that'd be wonderful if it is.
Yeah. Did you guys sign up for this thing?
Mm-hmm. We did. The Mithril armor is not for this, but
Oh, what's it for?
Well, I just didn't want to be without armor this week because you never know what can happen. But I also just was wanting to switch it up since it's festival, wear some of the fun festival gear that everybody else has been wearing, and I can't exactly put it over this armor. So,
I mean, they've got stuff you can put on. They've got like these cloaks and stuff. They've got, tunic stuff. If you wore one that was, I don't know, he kind of looks you over. If you wore one that was maybe 2 sizes bigger than normal, it'd probably fit over it.
does that seem like my style though, to wear really big baggy stuff?
Come on, Gary, just
mean-
make the sale.
The armor itself is pretty bulky. It's like
I know, but look at it.
metal.
It's spectacular.
It is. I'll give you that. Is it great for common walking around? I don't know. That's your call. But it looks good.
That's exactly why I would like to switch to some Mithril armor for the week. So if I could check some out, that would be wonderful. And I would owe you a favor.
If I made it seem like I'm in charge of that, my bad. But I can check and see if it's available with one of the people who actually works here.
Well, that'd be great. I'll follow you to wherever we need to go.
Sure. And the two of you head over towards that same area where you were checking out armor, weapons, things like that. And there are people who are also in line asking for things, requesting and such. But when you get up and you request the mithril armor, it does not appear to be available to you.
Boo. Come on, Gary. You sure you can't work something out for me?
Viola, I'm a novice as much as you. I'm still getting to know these people.
Okay, fine.
Sorry.
Viola will head back to find the others.
And as you're walking away, you just hear this kind of like low whistle, like, dang, she is tough to please.
Oh, is that what the whistle was? I thought it was something else.
No. What? Guys, come on.
I mean, you were waiting for her to walk away. What else is I supposed to think?
Maybe he's just not used to a woman who has this much gumption, you know?
Moving on.
Spicy lady. Viola's a spicy
Sure.
lady. What do you want?
Catherine, you're
I didn't
muted.
make her that way.
Totally.
Oh, good. You can just say that Gary has a crush on Viola. It's fine.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Every character doesn't have a crush on every one of you.
But
I
Just
That's
mean,
just
you.
nobody has really expressed a crush on Viola, so it could be a first one.
I think not.
No.
No, my bad. Whoops. We'll find one for you. Don't worry, Viola.
I
It's
mean,
because she's
Viola's already
so
got her sights
invested.
set on
Gary.
somebody, and that's the only person we need to worry about.
She wouldn't even notice. What's the point even?
I mean, that's true. Well, she might notice. She just wouldn't be able to do anything about it.
If she doesn't notice, someone else might.
I don't
That
know, with a
perception
negative
that
2 to
perception of
charisma, you might not pick up on it.
Hey, my perception's fine. It's the actual.
It's not
like,
seeing that a person is there, though. It's
Yeah, it'd be
picking
more
up
like your
social cues.
insight, which is still. is
My
still a
insight's
wisdom?
fine too. It's not
Oh.
bad.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to read that Riz, though.
Can you read the Riz? Is there any preparation you guys would like to do before you are guided downstairs as a group? Okay. The little who's holding on to the little wooden badge?
Probably
well,
Ste'yn.
if it was handed to the last person to sign, it would be Beau that would have it. So I guess it depends on when it was passed.
Yeah, no big deal. I realize as I ask, it doesn't actually matter. Whoever's holding the little badge, you feel it kind of grow warm in your hand, and when you look at it, it almost the face of it looks kind of like it has inner embers that are glowing, into like the form of a check mark, which indicates that it is your turn. You're being summoned.
Or being summoned.
And at that point, Beau would do the new mind link.
Excellent.
which is for 5 hours.
Ooh,
Nice.
well done. Need people to stop.
Ooh, is there any sort of record that's listed so far as we walk up for our turn? Like, are they saying what's the record to beat? They got a leaderboard.
A leaderboard.
That sounds like a really fun idea. And I hadn't thought of it. I'll be honest. I think that's cool. Let's see.
It
how
is in
well
the
people-
artificer house, so it makes sense that they would have something like that.
Yeah, something you seem like record keeping type people, sure. Let's say you see the top 3 times, all of which are currently below
6 seconds?
3 minutes.
Dang.
Oh, wow.
The top
That's
times
a lot of rounds.
below 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's 30 rounds if we break it off like that.
Yeah, some tough cookies out there.
Was there anything in the rules about using magic or items or not using that kind of stuff?
Nope. You are
Wonderful.
welcome to use. And as you guys are sent downstairs, and there are a few other people you see going down that kind of same time slot as you, mainly individuals, but you're brought downstairs to the training hallway, and you remember, Viola, that there are a few doors, each one leading into a different room. I think there was 4 doors. And when you get downstairs, you see 2 people standing kind of in the center of the hallway between all 4 of those rooms. So 2 behind, 2 in front of them. And they gesture to this small group of people to stop and pay attention to them. You see, let me find that part of my note. Ba 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 ba. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Okay. You see you see 2 males. One is a human, and one is an elf. You immediately note he has stark pointed ears, kind of has like wispy, kind of platinumish hair with some kind of dark streaks through it. The man sitting next to him has like dusty brown hair, still cut quite short. And they're in what appears to be very militaristic looking garb. For anyone who pays attention much, you would recognize, Viola for sure, you would recognize that they are in the garb of purgers. And they're standing in front of you, hands behind their backs, tall, shoulders back, and simply kind of addressing with their eyes as they take in the group. The elf doesn't speak. It's the human who speaks as he begins to explain the rules to you. He says that you, as you've already chosen, you can enter as a team or as an individual. If you enter as a team and you win any type of reward, it is split among you. This is a show of skill. It will be a combat skill against an enemy. You will not take physical damage. It will feel physical. You've already signed your waiver. This is your last opportunity if you choose not to enter.
On that, Beau's gonna cast Mage Armor.
Okay. He continues, he says, even in a group, the experience of fear will be unique and as private as you allow it to be. And most importantly, if at any point you cannot continue inside the room, you will say, I cannot continue. The door will open, you will immediately exit, and your time inside will be marked. Is that clear? Looks around for recognition.
If one person from a team chooses to not continue, does the whole team fail at that moment, or is it by individual?
It is as a team. If you enter as a team, you fight as a team, you succeed or you fail as a team. Has anyone changed their minds? Excellent. He begins calling out from the sheet, or from a sheet, and you see people stepping to various doors. And then, as if it were by order of elimination, the four of you are the last ones. And he just says, Snow,
Hello.
Skull, Sword, and Beau. And he indicates to the door that you should approach. He wishes you all good luck. And this entire time, the elf has not spoken, but it's just watched each individual that has walked towards the door. He says, when you're ready to begin, open the door and step inside. And it is up to you as the four of you stand in front of your door.
Whisper, say to the group that I can help us for a few minutes deal with some fear. Just let it take effect.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get her going.
Snow will give Bardic Inspiration to Viola. And then once we actually go in, he will also use his counter charm, which gives advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
As soon as they step inside, let's see.
Now we want to start planning. Let's go.
Okay, no, we've had the plans. We're just waiting for the right triggers.
To be honest, I wasn't sure if this is going to be combat or not, but there's not really anything
Viola
else that
doesn't
could have
have a plan.
changed anyway on Beau's sheet,
Yeah.
so...
Fair enough.
Ste'yn's gonna wait for any sort of effect or fear to actually start taking place before she's going to cast Calm Emotions on the group.
Okay. And what is the wording on calm emotions?
You attempt to suppress strong emotions in a group of people. Each humanoid in a 20-foot radius sphere, centered on a point you chose within range, must make a charisma saving throw. A creature can choose to fail this saving throw. If the creature fails the saving throw, they choose one of two effects. 1. You can suppress any effect causing a target to be charmed or frightened. When the spell ends, the suppressed effect resumes, provided the duration hasn't expired in the meantime. Alternatively, can make the target indifferent about creatures of your choice that it's hostile towards.
But Snow is still doing counter charm too, right?
No.
If needed.
Well, Beau can't be affected by that.
Beau's a special being.
Can't be affected by calm emotions.
No, because it's humanoid based.
Okay.
fails and monstrosities.
Yeah, you can still be affected by. Yeah, you can still be affected by counter charm because it's just
Okay,
for
cool.
creatures.
All right.
Okay.
Technically friendly creatures, and Beau's not very friendly, but we'll let it slide.
I'm sorry, I
have
don't have
inspiration
calm
for that.
monster.
It's okay.
Take your inspiration. Okay, so we've got Snow is casting Counter Charm.
Well, he's just
Not cast it,
activating
but
it.
yes.
It's not a spell.
Mhm.
It's a bard thing.
Active.
He will
Active.
simply be telling a story, and that story acts as a counter charm.
Okay. Ste'yn is holding, so to speak, calm emotions.
Yes, and she will be casting it repeatedly if needed.
Is it an action to cast it?
Yes.
Is that a
Interesting.
concentration
It lasts
or is
a
it
minute
just a
each time
go?
it's concentration.
Okay, cool.
Interesting.
That's a very good
Okay.
thing for this. I was wondering
That's
what
why
kind of
I
spells
prepared
you were
it.
going to bring to this.
I've been thinking about this for 2 weeks.
You know, for half a second, I was like, I really shouldn't have been so obvious about what was coming next. And I'm like, well, why not? First of all, in game, you guys would know exactly what was coming up. There's, every event. Second of all, why not have you guys prepare for this? Snow used Bardic Inspiration on Viola.
That's a D6, right?
That's a D8.
D8. Okay.
Beau did his mage armor already, so his AC is a
Beau has
16.
mage armor. And Beau already he did the mind link.
For 5 hours. Granted, I don't think we're going to be in here for 5 hours. If we are, I definitely think we'll
What
win.
if you- Well, yeah, I mean, if you're able to hold off for 5
Yeah.
hours, that'd be pretty cool. Okay.
Viola is gonna get out both swords as they walk in.
Swords are prepared. Viola has swords out.
It does increase her AC, so there's that.
Oh, yeah, it goes
Why
up
not?
by like 1, right?
Hmm.
I would like a flashback here of the number of times that she got caught in an attack by 1.
I don't know if it's ever been that specifically
I don't think
stated.
it's
I
that
don't know.
many. It's always been above 20, which even with
Yeah.
this, it's just exactly 20 is her AC.
Not always.
Oh,
Not
your AC is a
always.
20?
It feels like always.
It is
with
now.
her 2 swords out, it goes up to 20.
And it Ste'yn's at 20?
Ste'yn's is 19. She
okay.
she has her shield out, by the way. That's brings it up to 19.
Interesting.
Ste'yn's shield.
She only has
is
medium
out.
armor.
Yeah. Well, soon we'll have, we're going to have 2 people with the AC of 20s. So that would be good. And a 19.
You guys will be untouchable. Okay.
4 ranks around the bar.
Except for Snow at 14.
We're going to make a triangle formation with them in the center.
Seriously, we
Yes,
could
protecting the bard.
link
Okay.
elbows.
Or he could just go invisible.
Like soccer style. Just preparing.
That's true. You could do that.
Anything else you guys want to do before you enter the room?
No. I'm just waiting for the right triggers.
Real quick, Beau didn't recognize the elf that you mentioned, right?
Not per se. Is he trying to recognize him?
I mean,
Do you
I was
want
just
to-
curious if you would have recognized him.
Not necessarily.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. As you are given the go-ahead at your leisure, but not too much, you prepare and you open the door. And I think now is a perfect time for a quick break. I'm going to give all of us the opportunity to take a deep breath, get some food. We might have started a little bit later, but it's still not enough time for poor Catherine, who doesn't get dinner immediately. Poor girl. Drink some water, use the restroom.
I'm not eating
And-
till we're done.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't.
There's not
That's
enough
fine.
time to go downstairs and cook dinner at a break.
I
Yeah.
don't mean cook. before we started, you were like, snack time. I was like, maybe she has a
did have
little
a snack.
something in it. It's fine. Point being, for those of you playing from home, and by playing, I mean witnessing this glory, also take this time to run to the restroom, grab some food, grab a drink, and we will be right back.
right.
Woo!
Let's get this party started.
Yay! Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sticking around for that short break while we, do break things like setting up
We break
Roll20.
things?
I was about to say where I set up Roll20 so my players can break things. Yeah, it's great. Super
Gosh.
excited.
Grab my hammer.
Is this our first time showing off our fancy, pretty new art, or did we do that last time too?
We did it last time.
It's on our background.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last time.
Okay. I was just making sure. Guys, look at this beautiful art that David's friend Kevin created for us. It's amazing, and we should make sure that his also linked below in case we didn't. But I think
They
we
are.
did. Excellent. Go follow him. He's phenomenal. Look at this amazing art. And we're going to get to see more of it and a cool new screen in a moment. Back to the adventure at hand. So, when you guys are prepared, you have taken all the time you needed, set yourselves up. What's our marching order? Who's entering the door first?
Ste'yn will go in first.
Viola will go in last.
I guess-
No, we'll follow Ste'yn.
Yeah. I feel like we could go in like a diamond, so Ste'yn up front, Snow and Beau on the sides, and then Viola in the back.
In formation.
You guys are like a real party. How exciting!
We're faking it till we make it.
You know?
Exactly.
So far, so good. People are already talking about you.
Well, they don't know it, but
Maybe they never will. Or maybe they'll know sooner than they realize. So you guys enter the room. It's still single file to go through the door, but once you have entered through the door, you take this sort of diamond-shaped formation. The room looks very plain. There's nothing in it. It is just 4 long, plain wooden walls. The floor looks a little dusty. No windows, no shelving, nothing. Just a plain room. The door closes behind you, and you stand in silence for a minute, 2 minutes. Seems the count has
we're
not
doing
begun.
really well. Oh, no, mind.
No, seems the count has not begun.
I mean,
We're just
If
so
your fear
not
is
For the record,
silence,
Snow
you
is not
know.
silent. Snow isn't
It is
silent.
Snow's
He's never
fear.
silent.
Snow starts jabbering.
Snow is only silent if there's something wrong.
mhm.
And
You're
this
standing there
room, how
listening to one
well
of Snow's
lit is this
stories.
room?
It's normally lit.
Okay.
Even
Is this
Viola
the
can
same
see.
room that Viola was in before?
No, it's one of the different.
Because I just
saw
had a
it started
blip.
loading. Okay, it looks like it's working now.
Yeah, I don't know what's
good.
Seems to be
happening with
working.
that.
Working for me.
It could be.
Mine
the
started
storm,
like
honestly.
doing the circle
Yeah,
of
that's
death
what
again.
I'm thinking. Is it storm related? Because I missed.
might be
I missed a
storm-related.
little bit.
Mine is live.
It's good now. It's good now.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll get to it before the storm catches up to us. You hear the human male's voice from outside. Seems to kind of echo through the room. And you hear him say, "You'll begin now." And as he says that, the room immediately changes. It goes from this very simple looking, unused space to first it feels like a shadow just kind of takes over everything. Everything just goes very dim. The air kind of starts to feel a bit humid, and in seconds you are not at all in the same room. You find yourselves standing on what feels like something almost rocky, almost like a cliff face. And out ahead of you, you just see kind of just all around the horizon is just dark. It's this heavy bleakness. The ground itself, the rocky stone below you, is this ashen kind of gray with these broken pockets in it that look much darker, as if they were dampened. You also see there are spots in the ground that dip quite a fair bit, and you feel like you are probably on some kind of elevation where you are. And it stretches, technically according to the map, like 40, 50 feet ahead of you and around you. Off towards, if you're looking straight ahead, off towards the right, there's a part where this mountainous kind of area stretches upwards. You can't see past what appears to be a bit of a sheer cliff face, but you can see where the ground drops. It like sinks solid another maybe 30, 40 feet down. You can hear kind of a gurgling, bubbling of something that is below you. And from right along the edge of where you're standing, you can see, if you look downwards, it looks like whatever is dropping, whatever liquid, it's dark, has almost a red tinge to it as you look down. You can also see that there are swaths of sections of this kind of mountainous area that appear to be covered in what look like bone. Just these areas of dead, just these bones on the ground. Dirty and dusty, some of them. Some of them looking rather clean, a bit pristine. I want to make sure I have you guys. So you said,
if we have control of it, we could just position them.
That's true.
We just can't see it.
And I do recall I tried to make sure you had control of it. So let me just make sure this is where it needs to be. Oops. Yeah, that is. Let's pull you over.
It's been so long.
Here. So where you're standing, yep. So where you're standing in this space, you can see this dusty ground, rocky. You can see where the bones are. There's a bit of a stone bridge that covers an otherwise this little chasm, and you can still hear that gurgling, bubbling sound coming up from it. And before you guys have much time to think beyond your initial plan, you kind of feel the ground tremor a bit, and you can see something rising up over this ledge ahead and to the right of you. First, all you see are these two, what appear to be these curving almost spires. And then as it rises higher, you see it's attached to this elongated, dark, ashen gray face. Its eyes are like sunken further into its face. The skin looks like it's pulled taut over this reaching out jaw. As it rises higher, and you see an arm come up around and kind of lift itself up and over. You can see a like sinewy, dark arm, and that ends in a claw, pulling it up, stepping over this ridge. You see this disgusting, I wouldn't say disgusting, but a dark, misty creature, glowing eyes appearing before you. I need you all to make a... Ooh, believe that would be a wisdom? There's a proper fear check.
What is it
I
again?
didn't write it
Well,
down.
I mean,
It's a fear check.
I think
Wisdom.
Ste'yn's thing's already off, isn't it?
It would
Ste'yn's thing will
activate.
suppress an effect once it's in play, so she's waiting for an effect to be in play. If that
We do
makes
have
sense.
advantage on it from snow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to make this roll, then Ste'yn's thing can go into effect, if that makes sense.
All right, and it's a wisdom?
Mhm.
I didn't write it down.
I th-
Silly me.
Well, what if you
I
just
know
look
there's
up
proper-
fear? It's a
Usually.
spell.
That's what I'm doing.
Usually it's a wisdom save for
It sounds like a
for
wisdom
fear
save.
effects.
Wisdom save it is.
Thank goodness for advantage.
But if you
Same
wanted
here.
it to be charisma instead,
One of these days.
Viola
Right.
got a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Beau got an 18.
23
Okay.
would have been a nat 1 otherwise.
And I rolled a 2 on my other one.
I rolled a 14 on my other
Uh-huh.
one, so it wasn't too bad.
Okay.
18.
So we have an 18, a 23, Viola,
20. Dirty 20.
20, and Beau,
18.
18. Okay. Ste'yn, you watch this thing rise up and you grip yourself. You kind of steel yourself in front of its presence. That you just feel this rush of this dark gloom just kind of try and grab at your just very bones. The others, you feel that. You feel it cling to your heart as this thing rises up in front of you. You feel your skin getting clammy, your hands shaking, as it seems to meet all of your eyes at once. Unless otherwise affected by something you're doing, you will have disadvantage on any actions you take while you are in here.
Ste'yn will, as soon as she can, she will cast Calm Emotion to suppress a frightened effect.
Let's have you guys roll initiative for me.
Before or after she gets
So
it
all
off?
of us except for
Sorry?
all of us except for Ste'yn have the frightened condition.
Is it a proper? Guys, I'm so prepared. Frightened. Yes, on top of what I said. Yeah, disadvantage on ability and attack rolls. Yes. But the line of sight part is not included. Is while you are in this room, which basically is line of sight. I suppose.
Which is line of sight. We can't leave the room, so.
That's true. You can quit. You can say I cannot continue, and that is your quitting.
That's what it was. I forgot what the saying is.
It is I cannot continue.
So if you forget the saying, then you're just stuck in the room.
You just die.
All I can think of is I continue.
Forget the saying. Forget the saying, everybody.
I should have just
command
rolled
you
a
all to do
physical
that.
dice. I clicked on my character to try and do the connection thing, but I forgot that it's all just in roll 20 anyway. So I remember back when we were tracking it, and oh, not roll 20. It's all in D&D Beyond. I was thinking back when we were tracking it in roll 20. But Beau's is a 9.
Oh, what are we doing?
Rolling initiative.
Sorry, in typical fear fashion, a spider crawled.
Oh, was
along
I
the
supposed to
wall right
roll?
next to my
Was I
face
supposed to
and
roll
scared
that
me.
with the disadvantage?
Yes.
Oh, let me
All
roll.
ability checks and attacks.
It is an ability check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then 7.
I got a 6.
7. Viola is 6. Snow?
7.
7. Ste'yn?
16.
You could not have said that more, Ste'yn. Obviously a 16. I believe... Who has the higher dex between the two of y'all?
Beau does.
Okay. What is your dex, Beau?
16.
16?
Yeah.
Excellent. Let me reorder this properly. Okay.
Oh, for some reason, it looked like it was so much farther away.
It's a smaller map than usual.
Yeah. Alright, well that
I'm
works.
just trying.
I think Beau can
How
attack
far?
from any position in this room.
Fantastic.
Yeah, because it's 45, it seems like, is the max.
40 feet
So he has a range of 60.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. Ste'yn, you do in fact go first in this initiative order.
Excellent. Casting Calm Emotions to get my friends no longer frightened.
Okay. I imagine y'all are choosing to fail it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So for Beau, will he just be making a fear check every turn until he breaks out of it? Like, is that an option
Well, that's
at the end of his turns?
Because that's how Snow's thing. It's when you get the opportunity to roll again, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you will continue to make fear checks.
Okay.
This is
Move
how we
safe.
learn. Okay.
So I'm gonna cast that, and then she's just going to move up a little bit towards the creature.
Excellent. All right. Here's where I am reorganizing what I need. It's going to be roll 20 and the creature's stats. So I'm not flipping through 15 tabs for no reason. I think that's all I need. Cool. Okay. Is that your entire turn?
She doesn't have any bonus action spells that are applicable for. I mean, no, she's done. She's done.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, and my notes. Where is it? Here. Okay. This creature,
I got higher than 7.
it didn't. It just has a better dex than you.
Oh, I see.
It actually,
It's
I
even
also
funnier.
rolled. I guess technically it does have higher, but I just rolled this. I rolled a 7. Oh yeah, that does put it higher. Regardless.
Yeah, it's fine.
For my notes. It starts moving towards you. It almost looks as if it's coming up off the ground. There's this misty, this misty presence all around it as it steps up, has this enormous form coming up over this mountain, or up to this mountain. Oops, I'm on the wrong thing and I can't grab it. It comes up easily in just a few steps, bounds towards you, Ste'yn. Almost seeming to take either side of this break in the mountain, down to that chasm. it is going to strike at you. Um, 22.
Yes.
Going to hit. Excellent. That is going to be...
This is gonna be Ste'yn's fourth time going. No.
She's only gone down
And
twice.
he's gone.
Oh, I thought she gone down 3 times. No, that was Viola. Viola's gone down 3 times.
Rub it in, why don't you?
She gets knocked down, but she'll get up again.
Immediately takes 70 points of damage.
Hey, if we're down, we can't say the phrase.
Exactly. There's no clause in there about that.
Somewhere on the waiver, it said if you have to be removed, it counts as a...
We're just taking a nap.
So
It's
that means we
fine.
can get each other up again and stuff. We're fine.
You
Exactly.
can try.
We're fine.
Okay. Drop my die.
How many dice does it roll for this?
Yeah.
That's going to be 26 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
Excellent. That's halved.
Beautiful.
Oh,
I also
that's
need you
right.
to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How much damage did you take total?
13.
Okay. I need you to reduce your hit point maximum by 13
Oh.
as you feel it striking you, and it's as if you feel your own soul shivering and leaving with the breath of the force of it.
Okay.
What is your where are you right now on hit points? And what is your total? I
Her
should just have
new
your
max
character sheet up.
HP for the moment is 51.
Didn't that update?
It was
in-
at 64.
I forgot how high your HP was.
Does that update in the encounter on roll?
I don't have it in as an encounter. That was my mistake. There's we'll talk about it later. I
Yes,
should just have your
she's
character
at
sheets up
51.
though. If you'll pardon me, I will pull your character sheets real quick. Should have done that too.
Did she maintain concentration?
Let me roll for that. Roll.
Yes, please.
Yes.
roll.
Oh, yeah, easily.
You just had to
She
roll
rolled a
above
19.
13, right?
No, she just had to roll above a 10 because
Oh, I thought it was how much damage you. Never mind. Okay.
no. So it's either
high.
10 or half of the damage that you receive,
Oh, that's
whichever
even
one
better.
whichever one's the higher.
Mhm.
So if she had taken all
10 or half
26, she would have
damage.
had to roll above a 13. But since
Got
she took only
It's
13
resistance to
damage,
necrotic.
yeah.
Excellent. I love that. I will absolutely remember that the next time we're in combat. Absolutely. Thank you for your patience. I'm just going to pull up your character sheet so I can keep an eye. We'll also go slightly Scout's Honor. Let me know when you are at half of your max HP.
Normal max HP or new max HP?
Your max HP. Your new max HP.
Okay.
Okay, so not all of its attacks diminish the HP, otherwise you will not have ever a half at HP if it always goes down.
Yeah.
It's like the meme.
You'd constantly be at max HP if your
Yes, because she's
highest
technically
Yeah.
at max HP
Yeah.
right now. Because her max HP went down as much damage as she took.
yeah. So we're never gonna be at half HP
Uh-huh.
unless
Uh-huh.
that doesn't do that.
Guys, I'm either
you
left
just
brain
meant
or
half.
right brain. You cannot do both. Yes, half your HP.
Okay. That's a
Okay.
different number than the one I was thinking. That's okay. I'll make note of it.
Thank you. And it moves. Sorry, it moved from there.
Yeah, it was back here.
Yeah. And each block, that's the 5. 10. 20. It's going to move closer to you, Ste'yn.
Excellent. Come on, little buddy.
Yeah, he's all up ons. And he is going to he lets out this low kind of growl that makes the rock surface you're standing on start to shake as its arm stretches out again past Ste'yn and towards Snow.
Oh, so it has some kind of reach.
I'll confirm that. Yes, it does. This huge creature with very long, gangling arms, sinewy and bony. 28. Gonna go ahead and say it hits.
Misses.
Dang, I really thought I had that
It
one.
could silvery barbs it.
Could.
Yeah, and it's not gonna get below a 14. Not if it's reaching 28, and if it's consistently
Give somebody
in the
else
20s,
advantage.
it's a waste of a spell.
It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go for it. Just take it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you feel this almost shadowy but still physical and frigid arm make contact with you. I've seen this before. That's 24 necrotic damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as well, please.
16.
Okay. Your maximum hit dice. Oh, sorry, your maximum HP is reduced by, what did I say? 24 was the damage?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And its eyes that are glowing kind of beat and pulse as it scouts the 4 of you.
Do you need to know when I'm at half as well?
I will.
I'm at half.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Excellent.
I'm at less than half.
Yeah.
Good to know. Thank you.
I'd say that would take me down to less than half.
I would take Beau down less than half too. 19 is the number for him.
Can you please make me a wisdom saving throw?
Is this another fear thing or just in
17.
general?
It is fear. If you
Because
have
he still has calm emotions on him.
So that means he cannot be made afraid?
And
Well-
suppress any effect causing a target to be charmed or frightened.
Hold on.
I'm too calm. Too calm to
too
be afraid
calm.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
Suppress any effect, causing a target to be charmed or frightened. Okay. Okay. Interesting. I love that. This is how we
I
playtest
picked this
live.
spell for a reason.
This is how we playtest live. This is so fun. Guys, remember that time I'm not a game dev? It was today. I love it.
You're doing great.
This is beautiful. This is exciting. Cool.
You're knocking out over
Um,
half HP in one hit.
I know. That was kind of the intention. Sweet. That is its entire turn. Okay. So next up is less than that. Next up would be Beau.
All right,
Having watched this creature come up over the mountain and start berating's not the word I wanted. Start attacking your companions.
So for his bonus action, he's going to do Blade Song. So that's going to put his armor up to a 20. And then he's frightened. He's going to move. That'd be 5. And then he wants to get as far from it as he can. So yeah, he can get all the way up to that corner. So he'll run along the edge here and end up way over here. And that'll be all of his movement.
Question. If you... attacks of opportunity, that is if you are within melee range of a creature?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if his melee range is 3 away...
Yes, it will. If you move in that direction, it will warrant an opportunity attack.
Well, he wouldn't know that.
Fair enough. 27 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay.
No, we'll silvery barbs that one.
Excellent.
And give the advantage to Beau.
Okay. The 27 is still the lower.
Well, can't
I like
shield
these
that
names.
one.
Afraid not. That's going to be...
That was close, though. I thought we were going to beat it together.
Nice. That is 20 points of necrotic damage.
All right. And then I have to make a con save, I'm guessing?
Yes, please.
And so it'd be a con save, and he would have disadvantage of being frightened, but then he would have advantage from the silvery barb, so it's just a flat.
Great roll.
Well, that's 7.
Okay.
Frightened doesn't give disadvantage on saves.
Oh, okay. Then let me roll.
It's just for ability checks and attack rolls, not for saving throws.
Nice. Then that's a dirty 20.
Okay. Your hit maximum will be reduced by the 20.
Okay. Then he is at under half.
Excellent. Okay. Anything else you're doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna attack it in a second.
It's gonna get it.
What?
I guess that'd be 18. Alright, yeah. So he's gonna attack it and have disadvantage on that attack then.
Mm-hmm.
So
Did I have Snow roll against the fear at the end of his?
No, it's not frightened.
No, because of the calm emotions thing.
Yeah.
That's right.
But this is probably gonna miss because it's only a 13.
13 does not hit.
Alright, and then do I make another wisdom save to try and get past the fear?
Yes. Right? Who did I miss getting the... I'm trying to make sure I understand when the calm emotions happened.
Calm emotions happen on Ste'yn's
all
turn.
3 of you...
It doesn't. Calm emotions doesn't affect Beau. It affects humanoids, not just.
Thank you.
creatures.
Yeah, that's why he's not.
I was like, what
That's
part did
why-
I miss? What part did I miss?
That's why
It
Beau
was
is
that
still frightened.
part. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure I'm out of range of the. I might be out of range. Is what's the range of?
You are out of range
Okay,
of my
that's what I
counter turn.
thought. Yeah.
Tag nav.
So it's
Lone
just
wolf.
but I at least don't have disadvantage on saves. And that's a 14.
There's that much. Okay. You are still quite scared. This thing has you surprisingly shaking. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's everything he can do.
Snow? That scared.
Snow is going to... Yeah, just for funsies, we are going to... He is going to call out to the creature. And a little bit winded from getting the life sucked out of him. He's just gonna call out to it and say, "That was very, very unkind, and I suggest you go and sit in the corner and not attack us anymore." And it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Specifically, like this corner.
Specifically that far off corner over there. Okay. I do believe it has failed it. Whatever your DC is higher than a 8.
So it's not very wise, at least.
It's, yes,
What?
no. My DC can't be that low.
Okay.
So it will have to do that to the best of its ability. Exactly what I said. It has to go sit in the corner and not attack any of us for up to 8 hours.
Does it have a save of some kind against it?
It already made it.
Ah, interesting.
It doesn't get to make another save.
But does it have to do it for the
Interesting.
full 8 hours, or is it just it has to do it within that 8 hours?
It just has to continue to follow my suggestion for as long as I'm concentrating, which is for up to 8 hours. Or the spell will drop if anyone damages the target, and Snow will call that out to everyone. Don't hurt it. Don't do any damage to it.
I think it would move still on its turn, though. Doesn't have.
Oh,
Yeah.
does it have to wait?
Yeah, because we're in initiative.
Okay.
Just technically turn order.
Gotcha. I didn't know if that was an immediate go. Goodbye. Okay.
Bye, Felicia.
No, on a failed save, it pursues the course of action you described to the best of its ability. The suggested course of action can continue for the entire duration.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Though it says, if the suggested activity can be done in a shorter time, the spell ends when the subject finishes what it is asked to do.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
there's
but
no
Sit in
specified
the
end time
corner.
for the...
Yeah.
Right.
We'll see how it determines that.
Just simply
corner,
don't
don't-
attack us.
Don't attack us. Okay. All right.
For the
Anything
next
else you're
8
doing,
hours,
Snow?
or until Snow loses concentration. For his bonus action, he is going to just say, "Huh, I can't believe that worked." And that's it.
I'll give that to you as a free action. That cool. Okay.
There's nothing for him to do. Nothing else for him to do.
Viola.
Nobody attack it.
Viola runs up and immediately starts swinging. No, I'm just kidding. She's gonna go and stop. Plant herself in this corner. I'm not on the right thing. She's gonna plant herself in this corner and hang out here, and she will ready an action to, if it does come over and try to attack her, she will swing at it.
Excellent. Okay. That brings us to the top of the initiative again. Ste'yn.
Ste'yn is going to just stand there, put her hands on her, say, "You heard him."
That was such a cutting word you said there. It really felt like an attack.
Thankfully, she doesn't have the power to do damage with just her
You take
words.
emotional
Are you sure?
damage.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure Ste'yn's words have hurt people before.
I'm pretty sure they
Only
can't
emotional.
actually do damage. They can do emotional damage, but that does not count.
Does
Now,
that
when she
not
gets-
count? Is
When
that
she
why
gets
crying is
upper level
reaction?
spells, she can do some cool stuff with words, but
Excellent.
not yet.
Okay. That makes it the creature's turn.
Mm-hmm.
He starts moving.
Opportunity attack. No.
And saying can't resist and just starts it starts to make its way back towards that mountain. You watch it kind of climb up and climb over, go back on the other side, just kind of slowly duck itself down to what you imagine is a corner somewhere.
Oh, it just goes off.
I also need anyone who is at half, anyone who has reached half.
So, Snow and Beau.
Okay. I need you to please make another wisdom saving throw.
The 5.
That's what. If it's for frightened, still
will use my-
calm emotions is still up, but just try.
I will use my inspiration to roll with advantage.
Okay.
Talked. That's whoops.
I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, I think that's only a 6.
Yeah, we are the
No.
least wise of the group. So
Or 7.
I don't believe that for a second.
I mean, we have 10s.
So, Snow, you're watching with this mystery, this joyful mystery as your ability worked. Your spell was effective. It seems that it starts to walk away. You're very proud. You're watching it go, and every step it takes, the ground kind of shakes a bit and kind of throws you a little off guard, and you blink one moment, you're in the room, you blink again, and you're somewhere else entirely. Or so you believe to be. And what is in front of you causes your entire body to go cold. Where are you? What are you looking at?
He is in a small village that is completely on fire. He is surrounded by the burnt corpses of children. But if you look closely at the bodies, you'll see that a few of them are not children. There's also an elf with bright orange hair. There is a human in golden armor. And there's an Asmar wearing a crown of black roses. And there's also an individual that looks exactly like Snow, but with short golden hair. And they also number among the dead. Snow remains untouched in the middle of all of it.
And where you're standing, you can feel everything, as if you are standing right there. The flames, the heat coming off of it. you still hear echoing screams all around you. Beau, surprisingly, you're watching this creature that was so aggressively attacking this group. You watch it turn around, start walking away, and you as well, as it's going, you're catching your breath, closing your eyes a moment, open them, and you are elsewhere. At least in your own mind, you are. And your body goes almost numb. Where are you? What's in front of you?
So can I have a... Okay. Nothing.
Whatever you would see. Even if it's multiple, if it's a single entity, a place, a thing.
I think at the very least it would start out with him being... I don't know, I guess pretty much anywhere they have been so far. So maybe just in the woods with... So he's out in the woods. It's nighttime, so it's dark. He's... I don't know if we're allowed to be moving around in this hallucination, but in theory, he'd be looking around, moving around, and he trips. And when he looks down, he sees snow covered in blood lying on the ground. And then he sees Viola lying in blood on the ground as well. And he has blood all over his hands and on his mouth. And then he just sees Ste'yn looking at him in a very angry stance.
Beau, I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh, it's actually not. This is the best roll I've had so far. 15.
15?
Yeah.
You can feel the blood. It is in through your hand. You can feel it. You can taste it on your tongue. And Ste'yn's eyes are piercing your soul. And you hear her tell you, say it. Quit. And you feel compelled to say the words.
What if he didn't remember the words? Because I honestly don't remember the words.
The words are, I cannot continue.
Yeah, but I don't remember. I wasn't paying that much attention to it. I don't think he would have been either. I'm saying if he doesn't know it, he can't say it.
The words, they are, she's saying them. Whether it's Beau remembering or it's something in the room, the words are in your mind.
Okay.
Ste'yn's voice telling you, say it.
I mean, you said they had to say it, so I didn't think I had to do anything else. If I don't have an option here.
I just want to hear you say it.
Yeah, I already forgot what it was supposed to be.
David!
Any
the words
I don't do
reaction
scripts.
or thing from us?
That's fine. The words are, I cannot continue.
I cannot continue.
You guys outside, you blink and you are back in that room. You're back in that mountainous, cavernous space. And as the words leave your mouth, you hear yourself say it. Everything kind of flashes a bit, and you're back in this very plain room. The door swings open. What do you guys do?
Viola looks around the room and tries to locate everybody.
You are essentially where you are where you were in this large room. Just everything is flat, everything is quiet, everything is lit normally again.
So Viola would start kind of walking towards a somewhat central location over by, like, she'd probably start walking to like here or here, and then like check on Ste'yn and Snow and ask if they're okay, and then look towards Beau and ask if he's okay.
Everyone all right?
Is our health still halved, or is that fixed now?
Everything is back to normal. You have full
Okay.
health, full maximum HP. Spell slots are used if you used any. Abilities are used if you used any. They said there was nothing
And fright
physical.
and status effect gone.
Is gone.
And I'm gonna say that this is probably gone now. Waystar is mage armor for the next 7.5 hours.
And gosh dang it, it's mine to keep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, he's reset.
Excellent.
Is everybody okay?
I think so. Snow set the creature away. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Did Ste'yn and I notice them? Like, did they look the same to us while they were in their other little?
Yep, it looked as if they were standing right there, just, watching a great big creature walk away. And then you heard the words from Beau.
Oh, they can hear it from where all the way where he was standing? I mean, he
Not that
wasn't
far.
screaming it.
No, just an echoey, cavernous, mountainy. That's
Is
actually
it
just a standard room.
cavernous if there's just fog everywhere? I'm just
It was like
confused on
those
how they would all hear it.
Deep dips. Magic in a room, No, it's not like Beau was like shouting it or anything. But it is acknowledged to all participants. Not what you saw, just when the words are spoken.
Well,
It's
it
as private
seems
as
our
you want it to be.
time is up, so I guess we should get going.
Probably. Beau, are you alright?
I'm fine.
Snow, what about you?
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Snow?
Viola does walk over
I'm
to
fine.
Snow to check on him. Okay, well, normally you're rather chatty, so.
Well, I was just confused why it ended.
I think that's... Sometimes fears get the better of us even when we don't realize it. I don't think...
Although, to be
That's some
honest,
cool
I
magic,
didn't think that big smoky guy was really all that scary.
No, compared to all the stuff we've seen and done, I was expecting a lot more from this.
Yeah, those nightmare chickens were way worse than this.
Oh, yes.
Certainly grosser.
Much grosser.
Well, let's go see how we did for time. Viola will start walking towards the door.
You guys following suit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get outside, you actually already see, you're the only ones who step out. You just catch the tail end of a couple of people heading upstairs. And then the two purgers standing in the middle of the hall. And they look towards you, kind of nod and then nod towards the stairs whenever you're ready. Thank
We
you for
beat
participating.
Those guys. How'd we do? Are you allowed to tell us what was our time?
The elf is in the middle of jotting down on a piece of parchment, and he says, let's see, that was a round and a half? 8 seconds.
Well, we're definitely not in first place, but looks like those guys left before us, so we're not in last.
Yay.
Indeed. Better luck next time. And this is the first time you've heard the elf speak.
Is it really luck to conquer fears?
It is not. It is training.
Then why wish us luck for next time if luck is not a thing that's at play?
Do we get to try again?
And he ignores your question, Ste'yn, and looks over at Snow. No.
What if we did it solo?
So there's no luck or next time.
No.
Lame.
Fair point. What did you say, Beau?
He said, what if they did it solo?
The human answers now. And he says, once you've gone into the arena, once you've gone into the room, that is all you get. It is your choice how you choose to handle an encounter.
Have you done it?
I have.
How long did you last? On your first time?
The very first time, approximately 20 seconds. I don't think you should
Inside
feel
check.
bad. Sure, go for it.
You know we're checking that.
Do it.
Oh, that's really good. 21.
Okay.
23?
Okay. He's not being truthful. But you note that he actually appears to be giving you a
Underestimate?
worse number than is honest. He did better than he said. As he continues to say, this is set up as I suppose merriment is not the correct word, but it's set up as an activity for a festival, for people to experience something different than their day-to-day. Something out of the ordinary. You shouldn't expect to walk in and suddenly win some grand prize. You didn't do badly. In case you thought you did. His eyes kind of glance over towards you,
Well-
Beau.
I was ignoring the conversation.
Excellent.
Well, that was... In case you were wondering, Ste'yn, that is not something that we would call fun. In fact, it was quite lame.
But
Let's go.
off we go.
As we're walking up, Viola mentions that she does want to go do the costume contest. I don't know
Why?
if y'all had anywhere else you wanted to go, but
What do we get out of it?
I don't know. Fun. I think it said there's possible cash prizes. I don't know if the costume contest is a cash prize, but it'd be fun to go and look at the costumes, even if y'all don't enter, but I plan on entering. Unless it's
I'm
like
down.
actual costumes and not just like looking pretty.
Not
Because
a
I don't have,
beauty
like, a
pageant, it's a
costume.
costume contest.
Well, we'll see what kind of costumes there are.
Something tells me you have to make your own.
Well, I have my own right here. This counts, I think.
She's obviously a warrior, a very strong warrior. That's a costume, isn't it? Something people play at?
I suppose if you're not doing your thing.
I'm both.
Woman of many talents.
When is
Not
it?
gonna lie, the boar rodeo looks like it would be pretty entertaining as well.
What's a rodeo?
You don't know what a rodeo is? That's more from Kassie than Viola, because Viola's never been to a rodeo. But Kassie loves to go to the rodeo.
And definitely knows what rodeos are, by the way.
It's an opportunity for a person to just get on some bucking animal.
Also, Snow,
the
I don't
costume
know
contest?
if you saw, but there's a storytelling contest. I feel like you should definitely be entering that.
I did see that.
And
I don't
that's where we're
usually
at, right?
tell stories as a contest. It's a very arbitrary thing to judge. Although, sometimes the difference can be clear. He doesn't actually look at Ste'yn when he says that, but he is thinking back fondly to that.
She doesn't say anything, but she looks at Ste'yn.
Snow is a very talented storyteller. Not all of us can say the same.
Which, the storytelling thing, like, we're at the Inquirer stage, aren't we, or no?
It would be this area, yes. I
Okay.
need to get my list up, actually. Here's my main list of things.
The storytelling and at the same time. They're like both just the same.
Hold on 1 second. I think it might be my internet this time that's freaking out.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
everything's
seems
coming
really
through.
slow for
A
me,
little bit
too.
here too.
Oh, wild.
Could be Discord.
Could be Discord. Could be Storm. I know we're supposed to get storms in my area too.
Yeah, but yours shouldn't impact everyone's. It would impact your video to us and our video to you, but it wouldn't impact every single person.
Discord, what are you doing now? Do we need to like attempt to read that or not worth it?
What?
Discord acting up.
I don't know what
It's
you're
real
saying.
bad.
I think she said Discord is acting up.
Yeah, I know that Discord is acting up, but I don't know what she's saying as a solution. I feel like she's trying to voice a solution, but it's not.
Hey,
Okay, send us loop in the chat.
breathe. I should just type it.
Everything is a chorus of robot voices.
Beautiful.
Save it for the spot.
Hey, wait, are we back?
Yeah, it seems like it's working. Your voice,
Are we?
well, you're not
I think
synced.
so.
You might want to leave the call and come back because
Yeah.
your lips are moving and then... Oh, wait. Say something again?
Who, me?
Yeah, it was you. But okay, go back in sync. Before it was like a Chinese dubbing on
Yay!
those old movies.
Fascinating. I hope that wasn't I hope that wasn't lasting too long into whatever we were saying. Okay.
I think
So
Kassie
then-
was asking if they were overlapping or something like that. I don't know.
The events?
I don't know. I
You
thought somebody
asked-
was
They all
asking-
say
asking.
all day.
Yeah, some things take up time and are gonna overlap with other things, but so were you guys planning to stay together? What did you want to do? We'll determine that, and then we'll see what's going on.
Viola
Like the costume contest.
Snow does the storytelling contest, but she really wants to go do the costume contest. So her intention was to say like, "Hey, Snow, go do the storytelling contest. We'll come watch you, and then we can make our way to the costume contest." They both on the thing. They all say all day, so I'm not really sure what the hours are for all day.
Yeah, because it's more like a, like you've entered and then you go through rounds kind of thing. So like you could watch, but if you chose to participate in the things that I listed anyway, then it would probably be like you'd be coming in the middle, so it'd be more like spectating. The costume contest though probably has like a walk-in, not to be judged, but like how at conventions you can walk in with a costume and just walk the stage. You're not being judged for the competition, but you can show yourself off.
We should just do the costume contest then.
Okay, let's go. Don't gotta tell Viola twice. So then as they're walking over, Viola's gonna start like fixing herself. And that's when she's gonna see and remember the ring on her pinky finger and take it off and be like, oh hey, I got this from Rosita. And then she's gonna hand it to Snow and be like, I think it might be one of our little I don't know, the things filled with blood. I tried to shake it and listen, but I didn't hear anything.
How about you keep that voice down a little bit?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Just declare it to everyone at the festival.
I don't know, rings full of blood. You're being
Blood
absurd.
And in a lower tone voice.
Hopefully it's full
What
of
I
blood.
meant was,
I said hopefully it's full of blood. Otherwise that disgusting looking ring is all around worthless.
Rude.
Ring? It's a little different than your
Rosita
usual
said
style.
she made it, so just
That checks out.
if it is a bad thing.
Well, let's find out. And Snow will cast Identify on it.
Ritually or just outright?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
While we're walking.
I'm talking.
okay.
We can do both.
You start to cast Identify on it. And immediately you notice that it is resistant to the magic. You are not able to identify it.
Well, that's more concerning, honestly.
All right, well, let's go
so I
and
can't
see
identify
her.
this.
Is there another way we can figure out if it's one of the same kind or not?
Well,
Yeah,
we
we
just
could try to
go
break
to the
it.
person that made it.
No, I want to go to the costume
Do
contest.
all of the above. I can also, just look at it a bit. Can I make an Arcana check to see if there's discern if there are any runes that are inscribed onto it, some sort of base of an enchantment on this item that he can see?
You can do an Arcana check. It won't tell you what magic is on it per se, but because you'd need
Right.
detect magic for that. But you can see if there's something indicative, something that pings that Arcana intelligence.
Yeah, that wasn't very good. It's only a 13.
While he does that,
Okay.
Beau will start ritually casting Detect Magic.
Okay. Honestly, for all of the talk and smack that I give to Wizards of the Coast, DnDBeyond is such a convenient website. And I wish every game dev made a website like this.
I do wish that. I would be much more inclined to branch out if other places had such a good website.
Same.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please, more
Savage Wars is
wholesome,
fun, but it is so
Christian,
difficult.
Catholic, whatever game devs, please make these websites, please.
Same thing with Pathfinder. Pathfinder, all of those websites are so bad looking.
I know.
Not
It's so
user-friendly.
frustrating. Literally, one of the reasons I haven't done what I need to do for our Pathfinder game. It's literally just one thing, but I haven't done it because I have to go to the website, and that brings me such dread
Yeah,
to be I have to sort through
It's
this thing.
it's like an HTML website or something. It's so
It's like GeoCities.
it's so just put together by I don't know. It looks like somebody's high school project that they did in
Just say
science
it
class.
looks like their MySpace. It looks like their MySpace.
Brad says
For you
I miss
youngins out
D&D.
there.
Low DM. They're sighing. Brad. Yes. Okay.
Oh.
Nothing. I'm just seeing Brad sigh. I miss D&D.
Hi, Moose. love you. Guys, please love on Moose. That's Brad. He is my previous Friday morning DM, and
Nice.
I have learned so much from him. So if you have enjoyed any part of our games, you can huge thank him for that. I have learned so much, and I love him to death.
So, what does Detect Magic get?
First,
okay.
Yeah, so first, Arcana check. So you're looking over this thing, and overall, it does not give you any kind of like nothing in the imagery, nothing in like the design on it tells you Arcana. What does ping some kind of thought here is you note that it shimmers in a kind of way in the light. Has this really kind of it's a delicate little shimmer about it, almost like glitter, almost like crushed diamond, and that sits with you for a minute as you're inspecting this ring. Beau, you're casting or you're ritually casting?
Ritually casting. He doesn't have it prepared as like a daily spell. It's just in his spell book.
Gotcha. You ritually cast Detect Magic, and without overwhelming yourself in a number of magical things that are used for like decor around the city, or the items you kind of all have on hand. If you're looking specifically at, that's so interesting.
Yeah, I'll ask Snow to pass it to him while he does it.
Okay. Sorry, I have to it's okay. I'm just gonna go with what comes to mind because this is what comes to mind. So, you cast Detect Magic, and again, there's some pings around you, just anything that's visible on you or your companions. You note a ping from Viola again. I believe you were the one who noted it before. Yeah. But what you note is a decided lack of anything. Or I should say the ring doesn't ping anything.
Can he try an Arcana check on it afterwards?
Sure. I now realize I said too much. That's fine. No, the ring does not appear to have magic. Got ahead of myself.
That is a 21.
Okay.
That's with 6 from Psionic, so I don't know if I have to burn that, but it's 15 or 21.
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
No, you don't have to burn it.
All right.
I think 15 is fine. Snow, did you share what you noted? Since he had to take 10 minutes to actually cast that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, between what Snow said and what you're, casting and looking at it, you suspect something's up with it. But the magic doesn't ping for you. And you look at it and you're taking in the kind of shimmer about it, and you conclude that what's likely happening is that this ring has some kind of non-detection on it. It's meant not to be noted by magic.
Alright, so I'll tell that to everyone. Alright, well, while you guys enjoy your costumes, I'm gonna go talk with the bartender. Or whatever her position is.
I'll go with him. I know talking to people isn't always a strong suit.
Do we have to do that right now? We could do it after.
Sure,
We could see if we see more of them around. See how many people have these things, and then go talk to bartender.
They do seem to be spreading.
Well,
You're afraid of a costume contest, though.
Do you guys know what it did before? Because I can put it back on and tell you what it does if something happens.
It's gonna make you lose your memory.
Well, I haven't lost any memory
Most
yet.
likely. If you want to enjoy the experience for yourself, I can tell you it's not the most fun thing to have portions of your life that you just can't recall.
Viola will hold out her hand and she's like, I can put it back on.
But
Experimenting, right?
I don't know if that's needed.
Beau would just toss it to her.
Viola will catch it and put it back on her pinky.
Beau's amount of fed up is just giving me life right now. I just wanted to meta that.
I mean, he's failed almost every save of the day that he's had so far.
It is so... Sorry, I just wanted to point that out. I'm loving that. Please continue.
Well, I have no interest in a costume party.
It'll be like not even very long. I don't want to say a time because I don't know. But it won't be long.
If it's all day, why don't we go to it after?
I just want to check it out and then we can go to the Pike.
Which is closer from where we are currently?
Especially considering we've already been walking towards the costume contest for a while.
For at least 20 minutes.
For at least 20 minutes. So a quick backtrack before you leave Kepner's command. Can you all give me a perception check real quick?
That's a nat 20.
That is a 9.
That is a 15.
Play that 30.
I did better than Ste'yn. What'd you roll, a 2?
Close to it.
I was not ready to hear that.
In this moment for a minute.
I was not ready to hear that. I'll be honest, I was literally about to say, lay that 30 on us.
Yeah.
What a weird night this is.
You know?
Sorry, Ste'yn. You're all phenomenal. I'm enjoying this so much. Okay. Viola, as you guys are heading out and you're chit-chatting and you're talking about whatever, you do spot, sorry, Ste'yn, you rolled a 13?
15.
15. Okay. Both of the ladies, you both spot a few more familiar faces as you are heading out the door. You can see Winna is eagerly awaiting. You see her holding one of the little badges, like she's ready to go in. And you do see sitting beside her while she's up kind of eagerly chatting with folks. You can sort of make her out because you guys are tall and she is rather little. But sitting on the ground beside her is Cynthia. Her nose deep in a book again. Doesn't seem to be taking in what's going on around her. She's just sitting there as if accompanying her friend who wants to participate in this event. Viola, you note very specifically that her face is deep in this book. It's the same book she was that she had borrowed from Master Lou Wells, and you kind of see her looking very tired still. Like she's kind of rubbing her eyes every now and then going back through the pages. And maybe it's just the light, but you also have a strong suspicion that she also kind of looks a little bit pale.
Does Viola notice the medallion or anything on her?
From this distance, as you guys are walking away, you don't spot anything specifically like that. And then it seems like they are kind of ushered along before you have a chance to kind of say anything.
Viola, would she notice that Ste'yn also noticed?
What's between the two of you?
Maybe.
Viola would just make a note of that to Ste'yn and say, I'm gonna see if I can check up with her this evening back in the barracks.
Yeah, she's been looking tired for a few days now, hasn't she?
And she's been reading that book for a few days now. Did Viola note, is she going to bed at night? Because they slept in the same room last night.
Mm-hmm. She appears to be going to bed.
And she was in bed before Viola was?
Viola
would have been up pretty late because she stayed up until that performer left.
Then yeah, she's probably asleep before you.
Was she there when I woke up?
Sometimes not. Might just
last
depend.
night. Like, did she get up really early?
Specifically last night?
This morning. Because Viola wasn't in there the night before. And I think the night before that was when they did nails and stuff. Or no, because that was before the whole setting up stuff happened. Yeah.
So as of this morning, yeah, because you woke up at a pretty standard time. She was probably getting up or coming back from the lavatories or whatever it is. But she was up, maybe moving a little slowly, but up and about.
Then Viola would note to Ste'yn that, she hasn't been staying up abnormally late or waking up any earlier than Viola has. So that wouldn't necessarily be a reason for the tired.
Perhaps it's just too much time with her nose and a book. Never cared much for studying myself.
Yeah, you want to read that rule book so bad.
I like to know what's expected of me.
Do you, though, anymore?
I may have been a little overconfident of it. Trying to have fun.
Great. That's wonderful. Love that for you. That's exactly what I want for you.
We're so proud of you.
Don't know what to say to that.
For some moments in life, there are no words. Unless you're me, in which case there are always words.
Are there though?
Unless his mouth is taped shut. Or glued shut. I don't know if tape exists.
Duct tape.
It does now. We have artificers.
They sell it at Walmart.
They do! There's a whole supplies section. It's next to the Inkwells. But I did want to mention that you did spot that on your way out. And then just to bring us back to where we were. So you guys are headed...
Well,
where
which
again?
one was closer? Was the
We
question.
started walking
right.
20 minutes in the direction of the costume contest.
The merchant stage.
The merchant stage would be further.
Then
It
the
would
pike.
be up and out towards the residence, which I know I owe you guys a map, but it would be north and west versus the pike, which is kind of a little more middle ground in that merchant. In that merchant. Oh, just kidding. It's right by the pike, guys. I lied.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking
Right?
residence for some reason.
But
But
from
no,
the direction we're
it's
coming
one of the
from, which
stages.
one would be first?
The merchant stage would be in that whole area outside of the pike.
Like you can see it from the pike?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well then...
So we can just do both then.
Yes.
It's not a one or other.
Kill two birds with one stone.
So violent. I'm
It's-
teasing you. It's okay.
Right.
Okay,
So
who's
what do
going
we
where?
see of the costume contest as we walk up?
So by this hour, we'll say it's between your wait and when you had to sign up and such. We'll say it's noonish. It looks like signups and such were already going on at the same time. So when you arrive, you can see this long table set up a short distance away from one of the stages that you actually saw being built before. And it is beautifully decorated. There's flowers, there's ribbons, there's all manner of things. And you also see there's some booths, some wide booths set up a little further away from the stage, behind and back, You can see a number of people flurrying about over there, like a small crowd of people, everyone kind of tending to their own. And you can already see people are waiting in a line leading up to the stage. There's a couple of people on the side you can see it's open, and then there's a curtain that's kind of blocking most of, if you're standing from the kind of audience area, most of behind this curtain blocks those booths, but you can kind of see past them as you were coming up. So it looks like there's already some type of judging happening, and you see a lot of adults that are dressed in various, like, almost like an anthropomorphic kind of theme. So it's like a type of animal, but in like a kind of gownish attire, or a black tie attire. So they like dressed up an otherwise animal theme or something appears to be what's happening. Where they're characters from stories, perhaps. A little hard to tell unless you kind of sat and kind of listened to what they had to say, but you're seeing people start to cross stages carefully. You see some quick handling before somebody walks onto the stage. They're like floofing up a skirt or fixing a hat or something like that.
Not my kind of costume contest. I don't really want to dress up like an animal.
It appears to be
sure?
one type.
There's whole conventions of that some places.
I've heard of those.
They're very close to the bands of dark.
So, the pike.
Sounds like a plan.
I will say also that you note as you're walking past, and you can kind of peek back towards the booths, you can also see a much smaller crowd of children who are also getting dressed. And a lot of theirs appear to be various like fae type creatures. So there's very bright colors, very pastel-y colors on a lot of them. Different props that make it look like there's clouds kind of floating behind them a little bit. Some better than others, and like various magical effects that are kind of floating around these children's heads, as there appears to be a children's judging section as well. And then you guys are heading off to the pike?
That sounds like.
Excellent.
You said it's what time? Is it lunchtime or is it later?
It's getting to be about lunch hour, yeah.
Okay.
So it's within the noon hour, I would say. The pike is crowded. You see again a kind of forming wall of people standing around the doorway. It's a little bit easier if you wanted to try and force your way through, but it's definitely crowded still. There's music playing, there's people laughing, lots of drinking, lots of eating, lots of merriment. You guys were looking specifically to see if anyone was wearing anything else that seemed like. Give me a perception check.
Also, I just realized I never looked in the bag that I took from Zader.
His perception check is a nat 1.
That's forgivable.
That's a nat 20. Guidance, that's a 34. We rolled max.
Oh my gosh. Well, I got a 23.
What do I do with this?
It's only gonna get higher.
Catherine, I'm just gonna email you my notes.
Yeah.
Here's everything going on,
There's only so
Catherine.
much that could be seen
Take
in
it.
a room.
There's a lot
Just
of
take
Especially if you're only
winners.
looking for one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I perceive the plot.
Snow is looking for Razia, not looking for medallions or pendants or anything.
Okay.
And he will ask to get on Ste'yn's shoulders to do so.
Okay, so I think Okay, I want to make sure I understand then. When you were asking to see if there were any more medallions and such, was that while you were walking through the city or specifically in the pike or both, I guess?
A little more both, mostly as we were walking around, I think, was more Ste'yn's idea to like see
Okay.
how widespread kind of they were.
Okay.
Not quite
Was that
so
the
much, yeah.
Was that the same for you, Viola, or was that were you looking specifically somewhere? Like in the pike?
Viola was looking all that. She was also looking for Rosita when they came in, and she'd keep an eye out for Zader as well. And that's when she was like, hey, I wonder if Zader's in here. That's when she was like, oh yeah, I took his stuff and I didn't look at it.
Oh yeah.
It could just be a pouch of 30 silver. You don't even know.
How many times did you walk past that shop with the horn you wanted? You just walk it with 30 silver. Okay. Yeah, Viola, you look around. It's a little hard to tell as you kind of like walk up on somebody because they're small pieces of jewelry, or they mentioned it might be a belt buckle or some novelty item, a pin, a thimble, or something like that they were like giving away on that first night of the opening ceremonies. But there are some people you pass by, little crowds of people, and you do spot what looks pretty clear to you, a couple of people wearing either a necklace, even an earring, a pin in their hair or something that has a similar kind of look to it. Ste'yn, you are watching like a hawk. Anything that looks even slightly suspicious, and you pick up on it. And you get this, depending on how you feel about what might be going on, or if there's anything involved in them, you get a sense that when they were giving these items away on that first night, asking only for a small donation, if they wanted to support the pike, they probably got a fair bit in donations, but they were giving these things away. They are across the city. People have been decorating themselves. Rosita is busy at work in the pike.
Ste'yn would let Snow get on her shoulders, by the way. She'd be confused at first at their request, but it's supposed to be fun. She'll go for it.
Fun, Ste'yn.
Exactly.
Fun.
F is for friends who do stuff together. This is stuff together.
Live a little.
Ste'yn, do you have an inspiration already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Y'all need to start using them. I'm ready to give them out and you're not using them. Use them.
I forget about it.
That's fair. That's fair. You didn't need it. Yeah, it's easy enough for Ste'yn to spot even without having to get on anyone's shoulders, but Snow, what did you roll for that perception?
Do I have advantage since I'm above the entire crowd now?
No, because it is super duper busy. But you can use inspiration.
13.
Okay. It is pretty busy, but she is a presence in the pike. When Rosita is there, it's almost like the matriarch is there, and you kind of just spot her walking back towards the kitchen area, and it doesn't take too long before she's back out and tending to one of the bars. But you guys can see her in there. Beau, give me another con check. Unless you've stayed outside. I don't want to assume
he
that.
was going in.
Okay.
That is a 10.
Okay. It's uncomfortable, but you're kind of breathing through it.
As they are entering the crowded establishment, Ste'yn will check in with Beau via Mind Link and ask how he's doing. And yes, 5 hours is great. And if he needs a reason to leave, just let her know, and she can come up with something to get them out of there.
Let's go question the stupid wench.
We will ask the nice lady a few questions about what she's been doing.
Beau's a bit testy today.
He's bloody hungry, that's the problem.
He gets hangry. You're not you when you're hungry.
We need to go Snickers.
Or maybe he's more him when he's hungry.
This is his true self.
We're not going to be able to talk to her because she's going to be busy. We should find out when her shift ends.
We can ask her when it ends. So we want to
Exactly.
chat with her. We don't get to spend time with her.
You see her moving about.
Beau's gonna walk over to him. Beau's gonna walk over to her.
Go up to the bar.
We all follow.
We're all following.
Yeah,
You
wherever
probably
she's
should.
Wherever
at.
Beau goes, we follow.
So does trouble.
Is she behind the bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving about.
Yeah. So he's gonna go up. Hey, lady, we need to talk to you.
And there's hubbub and sound drowning you out a little bit. Give me a persuasion check.
All right.
Beau.
Persuasion. That is either 26 or 29.
He got that
Okay.
raise.
That Riz for real.
He's the true Rizzler.
Blake, you didn't hear that. Okay. Yeah. You say it just like that. As she is mid-placing this really nicely carved goblet with the symbol of the wild pike on it in front of someone, and she pauses a moment. It's a notable moment. And then she finishes putting the goblet down, very deliberately. Almost painfully slowly, in your eyes anyway. She turns in your direction. Well, hello.
Did I have to burn
Good
the die for that,
afternoon.
by the way?
You did not, no.
Okay.
No.
Hello.
Yes, well, let's talk
Hello.
somewhere quieter. You have back rooms. We've been there.
I think she's in the middle of her shift.
It's fine. They get breaks.
I'm happy to talk to my patrons anytime. You're very right about that, Ste'yn. Very smart, very wise. If you need something, you can ask me. I'm right here.
Who made your jewelry?
She looks at her rings. Well, some of these I did. Others I bought. Why?
Where'd you buy them?
All over. Are you interested?
In buying them? From where you got them? Is that what you're asking?
You were asking me about them. I have to stop and think about where I got any number of these. Most of them I did make myself.
Did you know they're magical?
Magical? Which ones? She looks at her hands.
Well, at least this one that you gave Viola.
Viola will
Oh.
walk over and hold up her hand.
Oh yeah, he did
Like-
pass it to her.
Beau
Forgot.
takes Viola's hand. This one.
Look at
Viola will also add, I've gotten a lot of compliments, and I think we've got some friends who are also wanting one.
Don't
As
lie
you
to
can
her.
see-
Just get to the point.
You seem very
Viola,
Well, have you ever
excited
like
today.
talked to a
Viola's gonna
person
take
before?
the ring
I
off.
honestly don't
And
think
put
he
it-
has.
Viola's gonna take the ring off and put it on the table in front of Beau, on the bar in front of Beau, and then she's gonna walk away.
Did you not?
She'll stay in the pike, but she doesn't want to stand near all this nonsense.
And Rosita picks up the ring. Did she not? Did she want a different one? I'd be happy to give her a different one.
I think she wants to keep this one. It just seemed that Beau had something to say about it, and she wanted to make sure we could talk without any interruptions.
honestly, half the people in here are half gone anyway.
Oh,
So really
definitely.
not too much interruption. And she snaps her fingers. In moments, one of the barmaids, and you see it's Iltana again, comes sweeping by, regards her. She says, sweetheart, do you mind for just a few minutes? I think our friends here have a little something they want to talk about. I'm going to figure out what it is. We're going to make sure that they are all set up in a moment, but can you cover those tables for me? And she says, of course, Rosita. And then she sweeps off. Rosita looks back at you. She looks back over her shoulder, blows a kiss, keeps going.
So about the magic on
Snow
them.
waves down from his like 9-foot
Oh,
height.
is he still? I forgot. She looks back, looks up. Oh, there you are. Blows you a kiss, keeps going. What was that? What did
The
you read?
magic. Who put it on?
So are we going to someplace a little bit quieter?
That's up to Rosita.
Well, I can't go too far. I can't leave my poor girls and my poor guys out here without some supervision. Much as I trust them. And I do, but we've got to make sure things stay in
No,
order.
Just like into the back where we won't be interrupted.
Oh, we won't be interrupted. So you were asking about magic on my rings?
Yes.
Jewelry, pendants, hairpins, the works.
Do you like it?
What is the magic?
Or more importantly, did you place the enchantment on them or did someone else?
Give me a persuasion check. Beau and Snow.
Snow gets guidance because Ste'yn is holding him right there, so she already has the touch component necessary.
Thank you.
Beau's is either a 19 or a 24.
Cross your die.
15.
She just smiles at you, Snow, but Beau seems to have her attention in his aggressive tone. What did you ask her again, Beau?
You wanted to know what the magic was that was put on him.
Okay. She says, simple little something for non-detection.
Why?
Why not? She
It's-
pockets
Well,
the
it's
ring.
expensive if for no other reason.
Luckily, if you say the right things to the right people, and if you take good care of your patrons, money is hardly an object.
So who was the person that did it?
She holds her hand up, waves her fingers.
So who are you paying then to do it? You just said if you pay the right
I think
people.
she's saying she did it herself.
And this is why you are so brilliant, Ste'yn. Really, truly a champion. It's incredible.
But why would you... don't get me wrong, I am a big fan of doing magic just for the sake of doing magic.
Isn't
I
it
do
nice?
it constantly.
Yes, I can tell.
It is. And if she looks up at him as he's saying this, you do see that there's like glitter showers just kind of like falling behind him a little bit.
If you ever need work and you decide you don't want to stay in the guardianship, if you'd like to be a citizen resident, please come work for me.
Beau's going to mind link to Ste'yn. Ste'yn, do
keep that
your
in mind.
detection thing on her. Why would she mention you
That's-
being a champion?
That's literally my next thought. I'll get to it in a second.
So, as I was saying, well, first, thank you. I'll keep that in mind. But
Please.
why would you choose something like blocking divination magic? You could do something... You could do so many different things. Why would you choose to do that just for funsies?
Well, it would be a matter of just for funsies. If I have a purpose and there's many things I can do, then this is just one of those things I felt inclined to do. It works
Ste'yn
in
is
my
casting
favor.
Detect Evil and Good.
Is it a ritual cast or is it a you're
Nope.
just casting?
This one can't be ritually cast.
Wonderful.
It's just immediately cast.
Excellent.
30-foot range.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't need 30 feet.
Okay, well, I was just reminding you.
In case she bolts for the door as you're casting it.
Viola would mind link to Beau and be like, hey, Beau, if you need me to come over there, let me know. Like, keep me updated.
Be ready to hack off our hands.
Got it. Noted.
And she says it's in my favor to perform this particular feat of magic, and I mean, there's other things I have done and can do, but this is what I needed for this.
Why did you need it for this? And he is going to spend a charge for Detect Thoughts.
Okay. You cast Detect Thoughts, and you start looking, the way that the images kind of appear in your mind. Please make me a Wisdom saving throw.
Excellent. 17.
Ooh, very nice. You feel, hold on one second.
This is exciting.
I really wish I could have art of this scenario of Snow on Ste'yn's shoulders and Beau like
So
ready
creepy.
to just leap across the bar and throttle her.
So creepy.
Viola
What is happening?
also
Absolutely
keeping
ridiculous.
An eye on anybody in their vicinity that seems to be like overly interested in what those guys are doing. She's being a lookout.
Give me a perception check.
17.
Okay. So Snow, you cast Detect Thoughts, and you feel this pushback immediately that almost knocks you off of Ste'yn's shoulders, but you hold, and she's holding you firmly in her grasp. You just kind of like reel back a little bit as you feel this almost very forceful pushback, and you cannot see deeper into her thoughts. You can't see into her thoughts at all. Viola, you look around as you stepped back and you're just kind of eyeing the scene and eyeing around. You said a 17?
Mm-hmm.
To anyone else who's just enjoying a beautiful, maybe slightly overcast day at this lovely festival, just another beautiful lunch hour. It's busy and fun music is playing. Every single one of the barmaids and bar lads are placing a drink, turning their head in their direction, continuing on, placing a plate, turn their heads in that direction, continuing on.
Yep.
Beau, every single person that works at the Pike is like keeping eyes on you guys.
Then we'll slaughter them all.
What does Detect
We declare war on the Pike.
Ste'yn, you are standing in front of this pinging beacon with a fiendish presence all about it. As she's smiling, a great, big, cheery smile towards, I suppose, the three of you.
She
Do you ever go by
relaying
another
it?
name?
Hmm?
Do you ever go by another name?
Do I?
Yes.
No.
Rosita's a beautiful name. Are you sure it's yours?
That's such an interesting question to ask me.
I know, I'm very
fairness-
interested in the answer.
I imagine you are. I think you might have it a little confused, but right answer, wrong problem solving. But Rosita is actually a name I picked, but I do like it a lot. But it is, in fact, my name.
I was gonna mind link. Why are you asking her this?
Testing something. Trust the
What?
process.
Are you referencing to someone else? Maybe?
I am, actually. Perhaps.
Who?
Someone I've spoken to before. In a different form.
She smiles at you. What's the name?
If I need to tell you, then maybe you're not the one I'm looking for.
I suggest you answer completely and truthfully, and she needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Beau is using his bonus action for steady aim, and he's getting ready to cut her with a psychic blade if she moves or does anything that... If he gets confirmation of anything, he's going to stab her with advantage.
Okay. Sorry, there's a bug on my screen. She rolled a 23.
Ooh. She's a little bit better than the shadow guy.
Alrighty.
I answered as completely as I needed to. But you, Ste'yn, why won't you just say her name?
Huh.
She didn't say it was a her.
I didn't.
She did.
Thank you for...
You didn't have to.
I didn't. So if I have to say it, describe it, then I know it's not who I'm looking for.
Okay, so
You
like,
know.
what's the game plan here?
Oh,
What are you doing?
You came to me.
we are curious. What is your plan? What are you doing?
She looks back at you, Ste'yn. She says, well, I'd be happy to tell you everything, but I think you already know what the trade is.
Enough of this. Beau's gonna stab her with a dice dagger.
Roll for your attack.
All right.
What a great idea.
If Viola sees that happen, she's gonna start running over.
He might miss if she has armor because he's got an 11, even with advantage.
Oof.
You leap out and try and strike her. She's able to avoid it, and you feel multiple bodies start pouncing on you, Beau. Just grappling you. Grown men, some of whom are probably drunk, but enough that are seemingly stable enough, like grabbing hold of you to stop you. As there's gasping from all around, people watching on at this sudden attack. Rosita steps back and she's looking at this. You can see Viola from your vantage point. You had been, keeping an eye out on them and on the barmaids and bar lads. They have all started, whatever they were in the middle of, they stopped. They started moving. You see some heading towards the door. You see others heading towards where they are, but kind of keeping a bit of a safe distance from the violence. You hear one person start blowing a whistle. And as these people are piling on top of you, Beau, and the others are watching Rosita.
I mean, doesn't he get to detest or roll against being grappled?
That's all he wants.
Well, I mean,
you can.
I mean, he's Yes.
10 people.
Well, I also
jumping on
didn't
you at
realize there was
once.
10 people right by us, and the three of us were next to each other. I don't see. And
You're
there's
at
a bar.
Busy tabletop.
Well, it's a bar, so there's a whole bar in front of us, so there can't be any people in front of him grabbing him. He's got Ste'yn right next to him, Viola next to him, so at most he can have like 3 people behind him.
There are a number of people that are just in this crowded area.
I'm saying
You're welcome
from a
to roll.
space perspective,
know.
he can't have that many people grabbing him. But yeah, he'll roll.
In short order, you can roll disadvantage.
You said that some of the bar lads or ladies.
I got a
were
19
having...
on both dice. So what was that acrobatics or is that just dexterity?
I would allow acrobatics.
Okay, so that's 22.
Okay. Yeah, people start jumping towards you. You feel their arms starting to grab you. Someone trying to, pull you back. You're able to kind of dip and dodge away from them.
As soon as he gets an opportunity, he's gonna climb up to the ceiling.
Okay.
I don't. Before that happens, Viola's gonna mind link to Beau and say that, Beau, I saw some of the bard lads going outside. I'm gonna try to come and escort you outside, so maybe we can follow them. And Viola's headed to Beau to try and shoulder past the people, like trying to restrain him, and say, like, she's just like, oh my gosh, Beau, I can't believe you would do this. This is awful. Like, you need to get out of here. You cannot be in the presence of Rosita anymore. And she's like, don't worry, I will take him outside. And she's trying to shoulder past them, grab him, and escort him where she has seen one of the bar lads or ladies.
Yeah, he started aiming to go on the ceiling. He does not trust these people still to take you as the escort and not grab him.
Okay. So what you see all in all of this happening, people are trying to grab Beau. Beau jumps away. Viola's trying to kind of just deflate the situation. Beau, there's numerous chandeliers that are easily in a reach that you could a table to the ceiling.
He was just gonna go over the bar, and then I assumed that there was a wall behind the bar.
That's also
fine. I didn't think
fine.
we were at the bar anymore. I thought you guys walked away from it.
No, she refused to move.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
We were at the bar
almost on purpose.
Yeah.
No, you can be up top. But in all this cacophony, you also see that now Peace Watch have started entering the Wild Pike. They look very serious. They are armed and ready as some of the bar lads and barmaids are filtering back in behind them. This 1, 2, 2 more, 3 more coming in to de-escalate a situation where dear poor Rosita was under attack, as you guys find yourselves very quickly on the opposite side of popular, you might say. And I think...
Well, if you get within reach of me, I can make you invisible.
I think that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh.
I'd go all night, but I also have work in the morning. And I've been getting to morning mass, which has been very exciting. And that's at 6:30 in the morning.
You guys did want to get arrested, so here we go.
You did want to get arrested.
That's the one who attacked.
It's true. We didn't
Don't
do
lie.
anything.
You're not mad about it.
Yeah, he rolled a 2 and a 5 to the attack, so I really did not think he was going to survive that grapple. And then it was 2 19s.
He's going to get citizen arrested. Well, that escalated quickly. Goodness. Cool. I have to find my goodbyes. I wasn't ready. I was deep in there.
You got
This is not, I'll be honest, It's not where I thought this was
keep
gonna.
playing until you find your notes.
Oh, I see. So Snow moves closer, makes Beau invisible. Super cool. People are yelling, "Hey, I found it!" But all of you guys, thank you from all of us here at Tales from the Catacombs. Catch up and recapture your favorite moments by subscribing to the channel. We greatly appreciate you journeying with us to bring clean content to the world of tabletop RPGs. And do also please remember to like the video. I think I already said subscribe, but like the video, leave comments, tell us your favorite moments, tell us what excited you, tell us what you would do differently. Would you have attacked Rosita? Maybe, let's be honest. And a particularly huge thanks to my players whose links are in the description below. Please take a moment to follow these tremendous people and their exciting endeavors. David, who plays Beau, and I've never seen such great what's the word I want? Detestment? Contempt, that's the one. Contempt for human beings in a fictional world. It was so real. Catherine, who plays Ste'yn, who is as tall and would put Josh on her shoulders as Ste'yn does. Kassie, who plays Viola, sweet, wonderful Viola, who tried her best to keep these in line. It didn't work. She's a teacher. She tries. And Josh, who plays Snow, who is coming up with all these phenomenal shenanigans, and he just needs a moment to let it out. And I think this was it. And it's only going to get better. I'm Brenna, I am your storyteller for this adventure, and we will see you back here next time. Safe travels until we meet again.